All right, lovely people, we are here for part two, and I'm already irritated. I remember last part, they say he could be hiding in the floorboards. I just sometimes I don't understand how people who are so sure of themselves when the poop hit the fan, they just turn into just not who they seem to be. There's a bunch of different types of mediums of somebody who seems so sure of themselves. When they reach da 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 da, they try to get humble. Okay, there was sometimes that I may have overstayed my confidence and got checked. Okay, and those were eye-opening moments. You know what I'm saying? And like in this whole story, because this is a bada boom and a bada bing. If you didn't know, if you didn't read the title, it says Brian Laundrie is still alive. His confession note for killing fiance similar to famous horror novel. Okay, so first of all, this nigga getting inspiration by novels to kill somebody. This is why I'm saying I think he planned this the whole time. Weird, bald, Alex Caruso looking. Man, come on, bro. No good. It's just like, you know how like people be like hypocrites, but like it's a range of hypocrites in life. If somebody like Brian that acts like that somebody that acts like that just does some BAN stuff. It's the beginning of the video, so I'm not cursing. I'm cognizant of that. But if somebody like that does some BAN stuff, you gonna have your parents hide you? And y'all know, bro, y'all know how I try to say, like, my parents taught me not to do nothing. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna give off the secrets. But hey, it is what it is. We gonna bada boom, da bada bing. This is part two of the Gabby Petito case. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of people in this whole story is just weird. And at the end of the day, everybody failed Gabby, bro. Not the parents. The parents tried. The parents tried. Her friends tried. This, that, and the third. But everybody on the opposite end, or the people who were supposed to protect Gabby, failed her. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't like how the parents was act. I don't like that, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that. So we're about to get into a mode where I'm a little irritated. I'm irritated. Life has happened within the past hours that I just dropped that video, okay? So please understand my frustration, but I'm taking it out on the necessary people that it needs to be taken out of, okay? This person isn't somebody that is owed sympathy, and I understand that, and I'm trying to lash out. So I'm gonna try to be as calm as possible. You know, I said I wanted this to be a professional channel, but sometimes you gotta take the gloves off. And if somebody is doing some BAN stuff like this, the gloves need to come off. Gloves need to come off. So come on, man. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. A bada bing and a bada boom. It's been how many years since I even said a bada bing and a bada boom? Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this show are for authentic, honest, and entertaining purposes. Unless you don't think I'm entertaining. I repeat, this is my opinion. I am not telling you how or what to think or feel, but I do encourage you to speak your mind and have conversations. Just don't do too much. Also, this video is brought to you by Sebastine's Patreon, where you can access over 1,000 videos of exclusive content. If you want to subscribe and support this amazing community, click the link in the description below, and thank you for everything. Enjoy the video. Boom.
Bada bing, bada boo.
Doorbell cameras are known for accidentally capturing a lot of creepy things. That's
Yes.
not even the purpose of a doorbell camera, but a lot of creepy things seemingly happen in front of
Off the rip, ever since me and Kyla got a doorbell camera, I understand the importance of a doorbell camera because a bunch of weird shit be happening. Like there be some random people that gonna start turning doorknobs and stuff like that. We saw some stuff. We be seeing a lot of stuff on that camera, bro. Bro, a camera can save lives and a camera can expose some crazy stuff. Shout out to Ring cameras, bro. Like shout out to Ring cameras.
People's homes. But there is this one other type of camera. The idea of this camera even just freaks people out, including myself. It is a wildlife camera. In concept, in theory, it's very exciting. You set it up in the woods, typically on a large, isolated, hopefully you have the rights to this private property. And the
They probably don't.
goal being is you spot a ton of wildlife. Like you'll see the deers passing by. You'll see the bears. That's where you get the videos of the bears in the middle of nowhere trying to sleep on a hammock.
Okay.
And then
So
they're like
that's-
flopping around.
The camera is designed to do that.
Yes, where you just get to study the wildlife.
Cool.
Some people will use it for hunting purposes to track the activity of specific animals, but that's another story. Now, there are animals that will come and stare at the camera while they go through your vegetable garden, and they'll just pull out carrots. There's clips of beavers just gnawing on carrots in front of the camera, looking
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I love stuff like this because I love animals, bro. Especially like just random animals popping in like certain joints. Like if y'all don't know, I love capybaras. I love raccoons. I'm slowly realizing that possums aren't as disgusting as I've been indoctrinated to understand. You know what I'm saying? Bears, if you know me, you know I love bears. Bears is my well, that was my first quote unquote emoji before I was the peanut dude. But like, bro, I love animals, bro. I really love them. I ain't gonna lie. They be cute as shit. Hey, if you look at my reposts on TikTok, somebody commented about that, or not commented, they sent me a DM like, what the fuck is going on with your reposts? It's horses and seals. I ain't going. Bro, that shit be so entertaining, bro. I love animals, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just be doing stuff. They just be doing shit. Especially when the white people be trying to befriend them. It just be like, oh, what's that white lady that be like opening the door, be like 3 bears by him, but she be ruling with an iron fist on her stoop. And she like, oh, hey, why you coming here? You can't come over here right now. Back up. It's just, I don't know. I like stuff like this. Like looking at this beaver. Like bro, in college, we used to have like black squirrels. It was like we had like the gray squirrels and we had black squirrels. The black squirrels actually like fit the stereotype of black people. They were eating like chicken wings and shit like that on the what's it called? On the promenade and everything. I used to love it, bro. I used to be like, damn, bro, just eating a chicken wing, because I knew that the chicken at my school at Bowie State University was fire. You know what I'm saying? But the gray squirrels used to just start getting acorns and nuts and shit like that. But the black squirrels, bro, oh my goodness gracious. Over in DR, there were like cats going around the resort. Kyla doesn't like cats. But as you all know, I have been kind of like for cats. Like cats are cool. I think cats are cool. But like sometimes they be too much. They be too much. But I love cats though. They be doing like real interesting stuff. I'm not trying to go on a tangent right now. We just started, but I love animals, bro.
directly into your soul. But the wildlife cameras, they do have a strange habit of picking up things that don't even look like animals. Sometimes they don't even look like humans. A lot of people say they're just weird shadows. Or one wildlife camera owner even reports seeing this weird creature holding a dead coyote by the throat.
Excuse me?
Or some will report checking the wildlife camera and just seeing hundreds of glowing orbs staring at them.
What?
They're like, it felt like eyes. But September of 2021.
Stephanie, what the hell is you talking about? You scaring me in the first 2 minutes of this joint. What is going on?
One of the creepiest clips from a wildlife camera starts going viral.
Okay.
It is a motion-activated game camera in the middle of the woods, and this gets alerted of motion and starts recording at 6 a.m. There's a shadow of movement coming from the left corner.
Okay.
And that movement comes slowly towards the center.
Show the video.
It's a man.
Nigga, is that Brian? That ain't Brian. He got more hair than Brian got.
Why are we freaking out about a man? He's wearing a white shirt, black pants. He's carrying a backpack.
Nah, they ain't Brian. I don't think that Brian. Or is Brian Laundrie uglier than I thought he was? Hold on. I'm trying to examine this shit. He got shoes on?
He looks like a hiker. Why is this that creepy when there's giant wolves allegedly hiding out in the woods? Because everyone starts reporting that the man in the video could be Brian Laundrie. At least initially, they all say, wait, this could be the Brian Laundrie that we're looking for. The man who has gone missing after his fiance, Gabby Petito, is found killed at Grand Teton National Park.
Bitch ass nigga.
He had gone on a road trip with her, came back with the van, and not...
Bro, look at her, bro. She was so full of life. Like, what the fuck? She was so full of life. And they let this... not they, but like this nigga...
Gabby. And since then, he did not talk to authorities, and then 2 weeks later, he randomly vanishes.
Randomly.
Could this be him? Where
Randomly.
is Brian Laundrie?
Where the fuck
And
is he
did
at?
he fake this whole disappearance? Did he even fake his death to get away with murder?
Man, get the fuck out of here. If you got this type of audacity to start saying the shit that you saying, all da 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 da, face them, bro. You can't just kill somebody and be like, oh, I'm about to just disappear. Do you understand that niggas will find you? Like, huh? What are you talking? Like, man, watch out, bro. This nigga a bitch.
I'd like to thank today's sponsors who have made it possible for Rotten Mango to support the official Gabby Petito Foundation. I'm going to leave all the resources linked below. This nonprofit is dedicated to supporting missing persons,
Rest in peace to
assisting
Gabby, man.
survivors, and working towards a future that is free from DV. This episode's partnerships have also made it possible to support Rotten Mango's growing team. We'd also like to thank you guys for your continued support.
Rest in
As
peace to
always,
Gabby,
full
bro.
show notes are available at RottenMangoPodcast.com. Now, today's case does involve heavy themes of DV. Additionally, this is a two-part series, so please go watch part one. In part one, we went over the newly released text messages between Gabby and Brian, Gabby and her ex-boyfriend that was interviewed for the Netflix documentary. And this part, we're going to go through the conspiracy theories of why the Netflix drama resurged this idea that Brian Laundrie is still alive.
What? Is this like Tupac still being alive in Cuba or something? Or is this like something different than that?
Legally, I do need to disclaim that no living person has been criminally charged and that any and all theories, conspiracies, comments, opinions, and the likes are publicly available.
And that's
Opinions,
crazy.
not my own.
That's I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's like so crazy and so disrespectful. Just like this dude can just do this and he just quote unquote disappears and like no justice is happening. That is nasty. That's just nasty. And the whole kill is like, and y'all know me. I'm like, bro, you are not getting away with this, regardless if you're hiding or not. Okay, you're not gonna get away with this. If I believe in God, even people that probably don't believe in God know that you're gonna get your comeuppance. You just can't you can't just like hide from shit like this. You're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like you're going to get yours. You can't do shit like this and think nothing's gonna come of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no good. No. No.
Do have very strong opinions about certain people involved in this case, and they're negative ones. But as always, do your own research
Understandable.
before forming your own. With that being said,
what?
let's get started. The first words on the page read, if you're going to read this, don't bother. Save yourself. What happens here is going to piss you off. After that, it just gets worse and worse. I mean, what you're getting here is a stupid story about a stupid little boy. And it opens with two people at a restaurant. It's like a
Okay.
fancy steakhouse.
Ooh.
It's Victor and his friend. And Victor crams this giant piece of steak into his mouth. And his friend is just shaking his head. Please don't do this here.
Wait, what you mean?
There are people dressed in their best clothes, eating balls of caviar on top of their already expensive cuts of beef.
Where the fuck is y'all at? Steak plus caviar? Where the hell y'all at? I ain't. Whoa. Hey, I've been to my fair share of like fancy restaurants. Where the fuck they serve steak and caviar?
But Victor knows exactly how to play this. He's going to let the drool fall under his chin.
What?
He sees his friend cringe in embarrassment, shame, pity, anger. He doesn't care. He takes a sip of the wine, and it's game time.
What are you talking
He
about?
waits until the steak is so clogged in his throat that he can't even breathe. And that's when it all snaps. He falls out from his chair. His eyes are rolling back, all on cue. The only one not alarmed or impressed by Victor is his friend. But Victor thinks this works every single time. It has yet to fail him. Is
Is he trying to get his money back or something? I swear, if he's trying to pull something, bro. Yeah, people who do stuff like this, because y'all know I was in food services before I started YouTube, so y'all know. Hey, don't play with me, bro. This nigga better not be really choking, because if he get alive, I'm beating his fucking ass. Because why are you doing this?
what pays for his mom's hospital bills. He says, quote, "I'm here to create heroes, put people to the test. Somebody saves your life, they're going to love you forever.
What are you, Hector Salamanca? What is going on? What?
It's like you're their child now. They call you on the phone to find out if you're feeling okay, to see if maybe you need some cheering up or some cash. You gain power by pretending to be weak. By contrast, you make people feel strong. You save people by letting them save you. All you have to do is be fragile and grateful and stay the underdog. People really need somebody they feel superior to. You're the proof that they're a hero. Evidence of their success. People will jump through hoops if you just make them feel like a god."
And I don't like how like accurate this is, but that's just like the audacity and like the selfishness of human beings. But it's like, yo, you're like actively seeking this out. You're like actively hunting for human interaction or human, like just certain things that will click in somebody that you know. It's like it's a psychology thing. Like that's not good. What the hell?
That is so fascinating.
And within minutes, an arm with a solid gold watch wraps around his belly and starts jamming his fist under his rib cage, telling him, "You're okay, you're okay." And once that steak flies out of Victor's mouth, he says, "They're gonna hold your head to their chest. They're gonna rock you, saying, 'Everybody get back, make some room now, the show is over.'"
What?
And
yo?
already, you're their child. You belong to them.
No, the
They'll
fuck
put
they
a glass
don't.
of water to your lips and say, "Just relax, it's over." For years to come, this person's going to call you. They're going to write you. You're going to get cards and maybe a check here and there for your birthday.
Hey, Maha, I ain't gonna lie to you. Is this like what like people who like ambulance chase or try to get like these type of things from restaurants where they like, oh, put the hair in the food, all these other things? Because I don't know what you talking about. The type of world that I'm living in, people don't give a fuck about shit. They will let somebody choke and die. I ain't never seen, man, what? Huh?
This person will be so proud of you because you make them so proud of themselves.
Nigga, there was one time I was with my grandma and I had one of her peppermint mints and I started choking on it. I was like, that shit was so scary. I went to like the nearby rec center for somebody to help. Nobody saved me. I was in like 8th grade. Nobody fucking saved me. It was like 50 people in that building. Nobody saved me. What? Huh? I still remember that shit. I can drive past it to this day. I drive past it going home. Like what? What? Huh?
Don't hold anything back. This is going to be the best story of somebody's life.
What are you talking about?
This is the story of Choke by Chuck Palahniuk, a man who pretends to choke at restaurants to make a living. So
Yeah, you're playing with God. Hey, bruh. You need to relax. You don't play with death like that. If some people don't believe in God, but I know a good amount of people watch Final Destination. You don't play with death, boy. I don't play with God, but I don't fuck with death. I'm not playing with, bro, get out of here.
that he can pay for his mother's Alzheimer's care bills, which he has a very complicated relationship with his mom.
Damn.
And it is also one of Brian Laundrie's favorite books.
What?
And the internet started trying to find connections between Brian Laundrie and the book because, I mean, I guess mainly due in part the fact that Brian Laundrie had strangled Gabby Petito. So a lot of people, without reading the book, they were trying to overanalyze the name of the book. Chuck Palahniuk writes a lot of kind of twisted stories. And one interesting quote from the book reads, I just want one person I can rescue. And I want one person who needs me, who can't live without me. I want to be a hero, but not just one time.
But why?
What I want to be is needed. What I need to be is indispensable to somebody. Who I need is somebody that will eat up all my free time, my ego, my attention, someone addicted to me.
This is how some men act in like their lives. Like they think and you know how I feel about those gender wars, but like I ain't gonna hold you. Some guys really think like their sole purpose in earth is to be needed. And that's not even like tapping into to the psychology of that men need to produce in life. But there's a difference where you're one person that wants to do good just to do good and just to be a good Samaritan. There's another side of that somebody actually thinks you doing good is because people need you. There's a difference in that. And the spark difference is kind of hard to like pinpoint, but once you pinpoint it, you can't see it, bro. You like you can't unsee it. You know what I'm saying?
A mutual addiction. And maybe that's what Brian Laundrie wanted from Gabby. Brian is obsessed with Chuck Palahniuk. He writes, and I'm not saying this as like, oh, what is Chuck Palahniuk doing? That's wrong. I don't know his like personal affiliations or his like political views or anything like that. But just if you judge just his artwork, there's nothing particularly alarming. It is gruesome. There's lots of trigger warnings for each one of his books.
What you mean?
And Chuck Palahniuk writes thriller books. They're more horror, I would say. He did Fight Club.
Oh,
He did? Really? Oh my gosh.
That's how most people know Chuck Palahniuk, but he's got some
Oh.
like crazy other stories.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I saw Fight Club like a couple years ago, and I was like, I kind of understand the premise, but once they started blowing up, like it was just a bunch of shit going on in that movie, and I was like, oh, this is a pretty good movie, but it makes me feel uneasy. But like I understand the movie, and like it also makes me uneasy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't see Brad Pitt the same. I mean, I don't even tap into Edward Norton movies, but like Brad Pitt, bro, his name was Bob. What was Bob? Whatever, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh please.
But Fight Club is what he's mainly known for.
Wow.
Brian writes on his Instagram, though, reading is different from any other consumption of media. It takes more effort than staring at a screen half alive. It allows you to use your brain rather than melt it. And there is no author more stimulating to me than Chuck Palahniuk.
What about actually like using your brain to understand the words that are coming up? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like these condescending intellectuals, bro. Some people don't understand the fact that you're reading something is also kind of the same thing of interpreting the words that you're hearing. Because some people interpret words that they hear on screen in their own thoughts. Reading is interpreting the words that you're reading in your own head. But there are like a bunch of people, or maybe that's just me. It's just like, how would I say this in my own thoughts? But it's just like comprehension. And that's something that I think that's like the most important thing is comprehension. Comprehension, bro. Oh my gosh. Shout out to my grandma for teaching me comprehension. Oh my God. What the frick? Oh my gosh. Sorry, Lord. My bad.
Some quotes that he liked include from Fight Club. Only after disaster can we be resurrected.
Cap.
It's only after you've lost everything that you're free to do anything.
Cap.
Nothing is static. Everything is evolving. Everything is falling apart.
Where do we get these from? He
His
posted.
Instagram. He'll repeat the quotes. He'll caption his artwork with these quotes. He loves
And there's Gabby in the comments talking about some love.
drawing characters from Chuck Palahniuk's books. And really, everything is falling apart now. Gabby's body was found strangled in the Grand Teton Mountains in Wyoming, and the one person that knows what happened to her is missing. September 11th, just a recap of the timeline. Nobody has heard directly from Gabby from what feels like around August 25th to potentially August 27th.
Damn.
August 27th is the last time that she's seen alive. Investigators believe that she was killed the night of August 27th. September 11th, Gabby is reported missing by her parents. 6 days later, September 17th, Brian is reported missing by his parents.
But he was at the
2 days after he's gone missing, Gabby's body is found. So how the hell does Brian go missing? Ever since the news picked up the story of Gabby Petito, the entire Laundry family home where Brian is hiding out is swarmed by press, reporters, cameras, protesters.
Yeah.
The authorities even had hidden cameras set up near the house from the
Bro, they had the umbrellas under. We're staying for a long time. You better not go to work. We gonna be on your ass like some jackals. You heard me.
neighbors' property lines,
The
going
fuck?
into the backyard of the laundries, the front yard, all being live streamed
Doo-doo
straight
head.
to the police station. So what the hell do you mean he's gone?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's time to hunt. It almost becomes like a sport in Florida.
Get this
hunting
nigga.
Brian Laundrie.
His head bald. He's shining. His head shining somewhere. He kept that shit in the back of his head. Man.
Bounty hunters start joining in the
Get
search
this
with
nigga.
the sentiment that if anyone's gonna find Brian, it's gonna be a bounty hunter. One bounty hunter describes the industry and profession as simply, it's like professional stalking.
Bro, I didn't even know they had bounty hunters on this dude.
I mean, we're professional stalkers, really. One bounty hunter says the only thing that you need to be good at bounty hunting was two things: patience and a big jug.
Of
You have to be able to sit and watch a house for days, pee in that jug. You can't leave. If you leave, they might pull up or they might leave. You can't move. Sure, you can have a little snack, but you got to be ready to sit in that car for 10 hours and pee in a jug.
So these bounty hunters are just staring at the house. They're not out there hunting.
They're out there hunting now.
Is there a bounty for that?
Yes,
How
tens
much
of
is
thousands
it?
of dollars.
tens of thousands?
Now, Dog the Bounty
I was about to say, hold on. Wait, they got dog on this nigga? Hold on, cuz.
Hunter, Dwayne Chapman, if you will, his real name, he goes viral for joining on the search for Brian Laundrie.
They had Dog the Bounty Hunter on this bald-headed bitch? Oh my gosh. Holy shit.
Now, Doug the Bounty Hunter,
Is he a shitty person?
Dog the Bounty Hunter, he's nothing if not a man of controversies of his own. He faced his own criminal charges of first-degree murder in the
Okay, wait, hold on. I did not know this. All right, well, I retract my statement. Never mind. Or I retract my excitement. Never mind. Oh my gosh. Bro, these people be shitty guys, shitty men. This shit is crazy. You know what? Never mind. What the fuck? I didn't even know that.
70s. He wasn't the one that shot the victim, Jerry, in a weed deal gone wrong, but he was in the car while his friend shot Jerry, which Dog was placed in jail for 18 months for, and now he chases fugitives of the law with a taser because he's not even legally allowed to own a gun. So for those who like him, he is now a celebrity bounty hunter.
Bro, I didn't even know that happened. I just heard Dog the Bounty Hunter, and that was the first bounty hunter I heard that was an actual bounty hunter. When I was tapping into bounty hunting, I was in GTA 5 for a bounty. Well, shit. You know what? I take that back. Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. I didn't even know this nigga. That's my problem.
For those who hate him, he's a con man TV personality with no redeeming qualities.
Damn.
He's had a huge, long-running reality show where he just chases criminals to make bounties. He would
In a long ass mullet, and his button up is down to his belly button. Wait, I didn't even know this was his swag. This nigga,
hunt them down. But his whole reality show gets canceled because of allegations that he is both racist and homophobic.
Well, fuck this nigga. Fuck dog, man. Shit, I didn't know this. Oh, hell no. Oh, I feel bad. But you know what? I'm not gonna edit that out. I literally just learned something in real time. Fuck this guy.
One example, he repeatedly referred to his son's girlfriend by the racial slur, to which he later states in an interview, "I thought I had a pass from black people to use it."
Fuck this guy. All right. That's all I needed to hear. Thought I had to. Not with that shitty ass mullet. You know what? I'm embarrassed right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sorry. I just thought of his name because I heard Dog the Bounty Hunter. I ain't know this nigga was on this shit. Fuck him and Hulk Hogan.
Kind of like Eminem.
What? Wait,
Eminem
what?
was like, what is that?
Wait, what do you mean?
He also denies his daughter's allegation.
Wait, what Eminem do? Wait, what? Huh? What did Eminem do? What? Oh my gosh.
Of being homophobic, and then he turns around to do interviews where he is blatantly transphobic, even threatening to fight specific trans influencers.
Why?
Just completely unprompted, like nobody asked you.
Why?
He just comes out swinging in demorality, like just disgusting morals and his transphobia.
Fuck this nigga. Oh my gosh, what the hell?
Nevertheless, his own daughter has come out to accuse her father of cheating on his late wife, Beth, while she's going through cancer treatments, threatening her and his own daughter with violence. He's also said with his own mouth, proudly, that he will deport any illegal immigrants. He said,
all right, go ahead, bro. This nigga suck ass. I apologize, and my PR team, or whatever PR team that I have, they probably tell me to delete this, but no, fuck this guy.
It's also the way he says it. I will deport, export, and yeehaw, they're going back home. That's crazy. He also owes $2 million in taxes, which he did ultimately pay to avoid being a fugitive from the law himself.
What?
But regardless of this man's lack of morality and bizarre fashion choices, the fact that he joins
bizarre fashion choices, that was a nice little jab, but fuck this nigga.
The search, starts doing interviews with the media, it does blow up the entire case even more, to some degree. He even goes to the laundry home knocking on the door. He says,
I carry a reputation with me. See me every night on Pluto TV. I thought, wow, the dad's gonna, see me and crack, and I know the kid knows me. Probably one of my fans. We get a scent of a trail. We get a scent, he's done.
They don't talk to him. They don't talk to him. Netizens had 3 different reactions to this. Either Dog the Bounty Hunter is gonna get him. He gets everyone. Or 2, look at this bozo. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Wait, are we seriously? With some people joking, if Dog finds this guy before the FBI, I don't think any of us should ever pay federal taxes anymore.
Man.
'Cause that's how bad he is. And 3, the more popular reaction. Forget Dog the Bounty Hunter. Forget everybody. The only people who know where Brian is are his parents.
Exactly.
But above all those extenuating circumstances, Dog is out there recording himself in the Florida swamps searching for Brian Laundrie. By the way, this is supposed to be his honeymoon. He comes back from his honeymoon early. And then he promptly sprains his ankle while searching for Brian Laundrie, so he's got to...
Bro, do niggas not give a fuck about marriage? I can't wait till a honeymoon happens. Nigga, I'm going to be enjoying my marriage. Why the fuck am I trying to hunt for this? Do you get some money from this shit? Like, what is going on? What's better than enjoying a honeymoon? Or is this just like a corrupted ass world? Like, what the fuck?
Sit one out. It's like a mess. It's a dirty mess. Okay, he sits one out while the rest of the team continues without him.
Oh,
but that
please.
does not stop Brian's attorney from releasing a statement to the Post that says,
Oh my gosh, suck
dusty
dick.
relics like that dog need a tragic situation like this so they can clear the cobwebs off their names and give the publicity-hungry egos some food. The dog snaps back. It's ironic that Mr. Bertolino, the Laundrie's family attorney, would criticize the people trying to find Brian Laundrie, unless perhaps he doesn't want him to be found. The problem with the search for Brian Laundrie is He goes missing at Carlton's Reserve in Florida. That is about 25,000 acres of wood and just pure swamps at this point.
Oh, hell no.
It's about 1.5 times the size of Manhattan.
Wow.
There's 2 words to describe the last place that Brian was found or was seen. And it's allegedly vast and unforgiving. That's it. Those are the 2 words, especially during flooding season.
Man, this thing he ain't go missing over there. I don't believe that. Nah, I don't believe that. He ain't go missing over there. He did not go missing over there. That nigga don't love nature that much. Nah, he ain't go missing over there. Where the fuck is he at? I remember that you said, Stephanie, that he's under the floorboards of the house. Or underground. I remember that, Steph. But I'm gonna let you get the story off. I remember that. Okay. Huh.
September 2021, when Brian Laundrie is reported to have gone missing in that reserve, 75% of the reserve is underwater. I'm not talking liquid to your ankles. I'm talking to your chest. Most areas
He in the
are
Everglades?
waist deep at the very least. The water is obviously not clean. There's mud, debris, but also alligators, venomous snakes just slithering around. There's also wild hogs in the reserve, giant fire ants.
Aye,
you
bruh.
get bit by one of these fire ants, you're going to have a second head somewhere on your body.
What?
It's going to be that big. Mosquitoes constantly trying to bite you, crawl up your nose into your eyes. And
Imagine you go into this place, you come out like Cerberus and scaring all of humanity. What?
if it's not that, there's thick bushes and vines that keep tangling your legs while you wade through the water. And it's humid. You would think water sounds cool, refreshing. It's so humid. It's so smelly. The heat, you're in the water, but you feel disgustingly sweaty and the mosquitoes are sticking to you. Your sweat is making all the debris stick to you. It is not a place you want to wait around looking for a missing person.
So this is what the parents said Brian is missing at,
Yes.
right? Why would he be there, first of all?
Because he's not.
They said that he went to clear his head for a hike and then never.
No, the fuck he didn't. No, the fuck he did not. No, he didn't. And I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm going to say I'm wrong when I'm wrong, but no, the fuck he did not.
Came back.
Oh, hell
Now, making
no.
the search even trickier.
What?
The grounds have served previously as indigenous resting sites.
Oh.
And the tricky part of that is to the cadaver dogs. The scent of death is the scent of death. They're going to start alerting to graves from the past.
Oh my
It would be
gosh.
very difficult to bring in like a cadaver dog to a cemetery. It's just not going to work as well, which is why some people started bringing in adrenaline dogs. They are dogs that are not trained off the scent of death or even tracking dogs that are trained off of like, here, smell Stephanie's sweater, go find Stephanie in the woods.
Right.
They are trained off of the very specific scent that humans have. We give off a scent apparently.
Yes.
If our bodies are under stress or adrenaline, the way we breathe, anytime we sweat, it has a very specific scent.
I did not know that.
There are some
Respect.
dogs that are trained to just chase that scent.
That's why I love dogs,
it's very
man.
difficult,
They smart
though,
as
because
hell.
you will have investigators who are probably feeling those things as well.
Oh.
Probably not as strongly. I don't know how the discrepancy is there, but
Okay.
some people were bringing in adrenaline-seeking dogs that are looking for those stress-related biomarkers that they're trained to detect. So it's great in theory, but pretty much all the dogs deployed in this search
Oh,
are
shit.
just getting attacked by alligators.
Oh, hell no. What the
I
heck?
don't think any of them were getting injured,
Oh.
but they're getting attacked. They're having too many close calls with the alligators.
Oh.
In these conditions, experts say anything that's dead in these conditions, you're going to be able to see it. Usually, you're going to see a swarm of flies in the area, but because everything is wet, it's hard. People are bringing in adrenaline dogs, cadaver dogs. The FBI's come in and thermal imagery is being used.
Damn.
Helicopters are flying up top.
Thermal energy? What the hell? Thermal energy? What?
Giant boats are being used, ATVs.
Fool.
There's swamp boats. These are like 15-foot tall giant wheels with a little platform on top. They're just called swamp buggies. They're just to get you through the swamps.
Bro, they sent all deck, what's it called? All hands on deck to find this man. What the fuck?
They're searching 40 square miles, and it's reportedly costing $1.5 million of taxpayer money, close to about, reportedly, $200,000 a day, searching for Brian Laundrie in what feels like an endless abyss of swamps, wading through water, trying not to run into alligators. All because what? Brian's parents tell the FBI Yeah, I think that's where he is.
Get the fuck out of here. Them niggas ain't even want to talk to them when the time came to talk to them. What are you talking about?
How can we even be sure? With one netizen commenting, so his parents call police after he's missing for 2 days.
Yeah, like, come
Won't
on,
talk
bro.
to the police about someone else's child that's missing for 2 weeks, and we're just going to go with it? Another points out, I am incensed that we spent
That's a big word for Elmo.
$1.5 million on a tip from the laundry parents.
A milli vanilli for this. A milli vanilli. I wouldn't even try. Why didn't nobody even say anything about like the dad being like, I'm not talking to nobody? Now Brian went missing. Oh, all right.
I would never have even listened to their tips.
Woof.
Especially because the laundries are freaking shady.
Yes.
Nothing about what the parents say about Brian going missing.
And I don't even care if it was Inside Edition. I know how Inside Edition be, but I don't give a fuck. No. I saw the body cam. No.
Make any sense at all.
They
say he walks out of the house September 13th, 2021. He leaves his phone. He drives his silver Mustang to go on a hike. He doesn't come home. 2 days later, Brian's parents go to the Carlton Reserve and they see his silver Mustang parked. They see like a little note on top that's like, hey, we're going to tow your car. So what do? They drive the car home.
So the keys were in it.
That's crazy. If my son went missing without a phone, I don't have kids, but I'm assuming if anyone I loved went missing without a phone, I would at least leave the car.
How do y'all drive the car home? How did y'all drive the car home?
Because I'm like, at least if you can get to the car, that's one way to contact someone or do something. Like, to take the car away is also strange. So they take the car away, bring it home, and then eventually they casually just tell the FBI.
So my question to you, I don't have a Mustang, but if I'm trying to have an assumption, this is a Mustang that's probably not push to start. A key has to be put in it. So a key was left somewhere, or there's a spare key, because sometimes I know cars give you 2 extra keys. So the parents have the extra key, but if they're frantically looking for their son, they may have not taken the key unless they had a hunch that they would need the extra key. Or he dropped the key off in the car and told the parents what they need to do to hide this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
My beloved baby boy, my baby son.
My beloved baby boy, baby son.
With some wondering, okay, are we looking for a dead guy in the swamps, or is he alive and running in the swamps?
He not running
Everybody
no damn
has
swamps.
been debating about that. Can he even survive in these conditions?
And also, he be barefoot. So this nigga is not surviving in no fucking swamps. Not no barefoot. Hell no.
If he really is in the reserve, Brian likes to think of himself as a little survivalist, but the Carlton Reserve is not optimal for survival in any way. Firstly, the flooding, which great, you're thinking so much water, right? But if you drink that water without disinfecting it
Why the
within
fuck
hours,
would I do
you're
that?
gonna be crawled up feeling weaker than a kitten, having both ends just projectile squirting all sorts of liquids.
Oh.
And because you're so frail, you can't even move. And then the sun is going to set, the mosquitoes come out, and they're going to eat you alive. They're going to tear through your flesh. And what about the alligators? What are they going to do? Some people say it's not even the alligators. The real problem are honestly the venomous snakes and the wild pigs. Wild pigs are particularly very aggressive, and they're enthusiastic scavengers.
Oh, shit.
There's also black bears, panthers, and if you're not fighting an actual animal, there's flesh.
Wait, hold on. There's a fucking panther over there. Oh. There's a panther? What? I always thought, where do panthers come from? It seems that I got my answer. A panther?
Eating bacteria that thrive in these types of flooded waters.
Y'all
With
got
one
that.
wilderness expert stating, there's no surviving out here. It's totally underwater. I don't know how to say, I don't see anybody can make it out here for 10 days. 5 days. There's no water supply, no fresh springs. There's no stores available unless you go 12 miles either direction. Just no possible way. The mosquitoes will carry you off the first night.
What?
Many netizens think, yeah, that's why he's not there.
Man,
Writing,
please.
so the cops are just looking in the area that was suggested to them by his parents? It sounds like a misdirection.
Yes.
One former U.S. Marshal says, I personally think that he could be anywhere right now. It doesn't matter. Mexico, he could be boat sitting off the coast of Cuba. It doesn't matter. He's going to mess up. He's going to make a mistake. I would run as fast and as far as I could too if I were him.
Bro, this nigga a bitch. Like, there's no if, ands, or buts about it.
So how did they have so many cameras and people around his house and let him get away like that?
I don't know.
Or even
Okay.
just leave the house
I
without
don't
tracking
know,
him.
bro.
I thought
I don't
everyone's
know.
like hunting him.
This is the most infuriating part. Obviously, protesters take time away.
Yeah.
You know, there's no protester that's sitting out there 24 hours a day.
Right.
A lot of the news reporters, they're not there 24 hours a day. It seems like there's high points of traffic for them. And then the police are supposed to be technically watching Brian Laundrie. Or at least that's what all the netizens assume. That's what people assume. Supposed to be technically watching Brian Laundrie.
No, let me guess. They slacked. And per usual, they slacked and then they lost Brian Laundrie. Oh, I'm so surprised. What the fuck?
Or at least that's what all the netizens assumed. That's what people assumed, right? However, the police later come up with this really sordid excuse where they say, we thought we saw Brian go back into that house.
What?
Turns out it was his mom wearing a baseball hat.
What?
Now, mind you, Brian is like a tall, skinny dude. Roberta Laundrie is a little bit rounder.
Get the
I mean, she
fuck out of
definitely
here,
has more
bro.
of a frame that is reminiscent of a mother, a middle-aged mother.
Bro.
And also, Brian Laundrie is bald and has a beard. So, I don't...
Okay.
These police fucking suck ass, bro. They all need to get fired.
I don't know if it makes it better or worse, their excuse. They're like, we thought we saw him go back into the house after the hike, but it actually turned out to be his mom. So I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, that's what they say. There's all this discourse of where is he? Maybe he's in the Appalachian Trail. Maybe he's somewhere else. Maybe he's in Mexico. But one interesting thing to note is Gabby's dad points out, we couldn't find Gabby. What did we do to find Gabby? I mean, we did everything to find Gabby. We talked to everyone. We got on as many cameras as we could. What are they doing to find Brian? They called the cops. They haven't done anything since. I haven't seen them on any TV shows. Why do you think that is?
They don't want to find him.
Yeah. That's the two speculations. Either they already know where he is, or two, they don't want him to be found.
They know where
Maybe
he
it's
is.
both.
They know, but it's both. It's
There
both.
are certain pieces of evidence in this case that have been released that help us see the dynamic between Gabby and Brian a bit better. I will say that Gabby and Brian were both avid journalers. And it's very interesting, and I don't know if this is me just looking too into it. I think sometimes when you read people's journals, especially in cases like this, you have certain people where it does feel like they're writing for a third party. And then you have people who look like the writing feels very natural and just kind of sporadic, and it seems like they're writing for themselves to clear their minds.
okay.
It feels like Gabby is that. Brian's journal, a lot of it feels like he's writing for a reader.
Really?
Like he wants someone to read it, or maybe he has this
That would make sense, though. Because this nigga is so full of himself. That would make so much sense.
weird suspicion that someone will come across it and read it. It's just not the same. But Gabby, she was a bit more positive with her art and writing. She would draw things and write phrases like, be open-minded, stay in drugs, eat your school, don't do vegetables. So it's like she's trying to make a play on these words, right? In her notebook, it seems like she genuinely tried to use it as a way to express herself. In one drawing, there's a girl sitting there with her eyes crossed out and the word censored over her mouth. She writes, I'm sorry I let you down. In another journal entry, she writes, I feel bad I'm always on my phone. I should give Brian more attention. He loves me so much. I don't deserve it, and I'm lucky that he sticks with me. In another one, though, she writes, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Meanwhile, Brian's Pinterest account is liking pictures of a dog with the words, the opposite of lost. Don't try to find me. I have finally escaped my master's wicked clutches. To the others, I say, join me. Bite the hand that feeds you. Or he's liking Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club quotes. It just seems like Gabby is putting in work for the relationship. She's trying to work on herself, and he's just trying to be like a Pinterest boy. In a letter released by the FBI from Gabby to Brian, it reads, Brian, you know how much I love you, and I'm writing this with love. Just please stop crying and calling me names because we're a team and I'm here with you. I'm always going to have your back. Sorry I got upset over a dumb piece of paper, but I just wanted to do that with you. Yes, I can be a child sometimes, I know, but it's because you give me this energy and I love you too much. Like so much it hurts. So your pain is killing me. I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm frustrated that there's nothing more that I can do.
Hold on, cub. She over here apologizing for this nigga for tripping out over what? The fact that she gotta apologize for this bitch ass nigga, bro, this shit is sick. She really loved his dumb ugly ass. His dumb bald ass. What the fuck? This dumb fake proverb sharing ass nigga, bro. What?
It seems like she's trying to help him. Another letter to him reads, to Batman, we can work in the van together and they are our dreams now. So I hope you understand when I'm upset, it's because you make me love you too much. Now stop crying and come home and say you love me with a big hug. Meanwhile, Brian is busy ranting about his home life. One journal entry reads,
Bro, this nigga always crying. He's always crying. What the fuck? What these tears mean then?
no one's doing anything but eating in silence and hiding from each other. I can't stay because if we decide to stay, nothing will change. No weight will be lifted. I have no options because I'm a ghost, a shell. I never had a home or a family. In another, he rants, a house and a home are not the same. Some people never have a home. Moving from place to place. Home is where the heart is. What about under a bridge or a drainage tunnel? Human reminds me of those hermit crabs who put their crap on their head, or just hermit crabs in general. Exoskeleton in a shell, vulnerable without them. Anything can kill a hermit crab without its shell. It seems like Brian has a very troubled home life, but that's very interesting because Roberta Laundrie, Brian's mom, seems like she's very clear on how she feels about her son, Brian. After Gabby goes missing, a letter is found by FBI agents in Brian Laundrie's home. So a lot of people actually thought it was found with Brian Laundrie later when his remains are found, but it's actually found inside of his home.
Wait, this nigga actually dead? Oh shit. Oh my gosh, I didn't know he was actually dead. Oh, what the fuck?
When did they search the home?
This was after he goes missing. Now, at the front of the letter, it just reads, burn after reading. It is from Roberta Laundrie, Brian's mom, to Brian.
And it was not burned.
No. It reads, I just want you to remember, I will always love you. I know you'll always love me. You are my boy. Nothing can make me stop loving you. Nothing will or could ever divide us, no matter what we do or where we go or what we say. We will always love each other. If you're in jail, I will bake you a cake with a file in it. If you need to dispose of a body, I will show up with a shovel and garbage bags. If you fly to the moon, I'll be watching the skies for your re-entry. If you say you hate my guts, I'll get new guts.
Hey, bro. We need to talk about these parents, bro. Not gonna lie to you. Gotta talk about these parents. They no good. No good. No good.
Remember that love is a verb, not a noun. It's not a thing. It's not words. It is actions. Watch people's actions to know if they love you, not their words. Therefore, I am certain that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor the ruling spirits, nor the present, nor things to come, nor powers from above, nor powers from below, nothing in the entire created world can separate our love. Neither hostile powers, nor messengers of heaven, nor monarchs of earth, nothing has the power to separate us. Romans 8:38 extended version. Nothing can separate us, not hatred, not hunger, not homelessness, not threats, not even sin, not the unthinkable or unthinkable can get between us.
Hold on. Nope. You're not finna quote a Bible verse and think niggas is not finna search that shit up. Romans 8:38. Hold on, cuz. Hold on, cuz. We about to see what this about. Hold on, cuz. Romans 8:38. Shit, we about to have a Bible session here. Hold on. 8:38. Oh, 8:38 to 8:39. It's about unbreakable love. Okay. We're finna have a quick Bible study here. It says, It's a powerful Bible passage where the Apostle Paul declares his absolute conviction that nothing, not death, life, angels, demons, current troubles, future worries, powers, height, depth, or any other created thing can separate believers from the unfailing love of God in Jesus Christ, or in Christ Jesus, emphasizing the security and completeness of God's saving love. So I understand that you forgive your son for whatever he's done. Okay. Pretty much what this sounds to me is just like she forgives her son, and she loves him unconditionally. That's what that says to me. Okay, I was about to say, I know y'all not using. Whoa, boy, I know y'all not doing. Whoa, I know y'all not doing that right now. Hold on now. I thought they was doing something else. It don't seem like it, but still, your son sucks. Brian sucks ass. So shit, what the fuck is this? I don't care.
Not time, not miles and miles and miles and miles. And that is the end of the letter.
Man.
Handwritten.
That means she loves her son.
That's crazy because Brian likes these like weird quotes.
Yes.
And the mother also
Imagine
sends a bunch of quotes.
Yeah, but most of them are not quotes.
I know. I'm saying
Like phrases,
Yeah,
yes.
Like
Just very dark and weird.
Yeah.
It's just not something that you normally say to somebody.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Did she just use this quote to try and what's it called? Try to provide an analogy as to her undying love for her son. But it just seems, well, it is that her son is so far away from Jesus. That's what makes it feel so uncanny. Man, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious.
I think that, I mean, I don't know because I don't have kids. I know my sister would die for her kids. But if my sister is writing these types of letters for her kids, I'd say you need to like check yourself out, because this is just not something you write to your kid. This is not how you express undevoted, unconditional parental love.
Yeah.
And it's just weird.
Wait, are we saying this letter was written before everything? Or this was written after?
Roberta Laundrie, it's not dated. Roberta Laundrie claims from the heaven and the stars down to fucking hell and back that she wrote this months before. She wrote this months and months and months before.
Please.
Everybody is pretty consistently in the personal beliefs, opinions, that it was written after Brian came home.
Yeah.
Because she say burn.
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
And she's writing about dead bodies.
Yeah.
She's writing about jail. She's writing about nothing can separate. Like, what kind of hardship do normal people go through that's like, nothing will separate us? It's not like life is so hard, but I will always be with you. It's like, you and me can never be separated no matter what happens.
Whoa.
It's a very apocalyptic message, honestly.
Yeah. And he probably didn't burn it because he wanted to keep that.
Yeah.
He wants to read it again or whatever.
Yeah. Now, this letter becomes a very big point of contention. Does that mean Roberta Laundrie knew what happened in Gabby in Wyoming? Did she not say anything even though she knew? And if she knew that, does that mean she knows where Brian is right now? One netizen just writes, it's really giving I love you more than any other woman could vibes.
So some Oedipal shit? Oh, hell no, cuz. Hell no.
There is just no way that a woman who writes that kind of letter will ever be telling anyone where her son is. In the meantime, the FBI starts getting about 200 to 300 tips per day, sightings all over the country. Gabby's stepmom, Tara, says Gabby is missing, and the one person that knows what happened that was with her is now gone.
Exactly.
October 20th, 37 days after Brian goes missing, the Carlton Reserve had been closed to the public due to all the flooding. October 20th, the park opens back up to the public. They're like, it's safe to come back in here. The alligators are not everywhere, not 75% of the park.
Oh my gosh.
The FBI is informed that the Laundrie parents are going to go to the park as soon as it opens up to the public, and they're going to try to find Brian. Law enforcement, obviously, they go with them. And the energy is very tense. The Laundries say they know where their son likes to hike. They know where he likes to camp. They start their search at 7 in the morning, which, side note, one FBI agent mentions how it was just so unbearably tense. I mean, the Laundries did not emote. About an hour into the search, Chris Laundrie just finds a waterproof bag that belongs to Brian. Just within like 20 minutes of the search.
What?
Soon after, they find Brian Laundrie's remains. Within an hour and 20 minutes of the Laundries starting the search, they find Brian.
And this is a huge area.
Yeah, but also, Brian's remains were found about a mile from where he parked his silver Mustang. The agents present said his belongings were still there, his clothes were still there, his shoes were still there, but he had completely decomposed all the way down to the bones.
Nah, fuck that shit.
At the main scene, they find many of Brian's skeletal remains, including his pelvis, multiple ribs, multiple skull fragments. Nearby, they find a pair of green shorts with a green belt, 2 slip-on shoes, a backpack, a white metal ring, and an unknown type of handgun. The secondary scene combines skeletal animal remains, which are placed so distinctly nearby that it seems like perhaps he had eaten those animals. Maybe he was trying to source for food, or he just killed the animals. We don't know.
I don't get it,
or
bro.
maybe it's by coincidence.
Bro, this nigga a weirdo, bro.
It seems like smaller animals.
Oh, okay.
Now, a handwritten note and a hat with the logo Moab Coffee Roasters. Moab, Utah is where they were pulled over for the DV call. A dry bag that contains a journal and a wooden box containing a small notebook as well as photographs were also found. Next to his body is the revolver, and the autopsy report would later show that he died by gunshot wound. Multiple of his skull fragments were found 2 feet from a pair of green pants. Like, they're just kind of scattered
Bro,
within
what?
this distinctive area.
Huh?
In his backpack, he even has a tent and flares. A tent that he never pitched. So some people thought this whole thing was so strange. Like, he went in there for a walk, but he brought a tent. Needless to say, netizens are skeptical about this whole thing. Even the fact that the Laundrie parents walked in and within an hour they find Brian.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's weird as fuck.
Even though law enforcement have been scouring the entire reserve for months.
Exactly.
And this is about a mile from where he parked his car, so likely they were really scouring this generic.
Where in the fuck is the letter saying where he's going to do whatever he's gonna do? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where is that letter at?
Like, general central area.
The fuck?
A reporter asked the Laundrie family attorney, how did the Laundries know where to look? Because from September 17th to October 18th, a full month, the FBI is spending millions of dollars in manpower to search with cadaver dogs, heat detection tech, radars, everything. After all of that, the park finally opens up with them, and within an hour or two, the Laundries find their son in an...
Yeah, usually the answer is the most simple. That nigga probably told him where he was going to do it at. I don't know what else to say unless they know their son that much. Shit. What the fuck?
area that had been previously 3 feet underwater.
That's
The attorney
crazy.
states, well, Brian liked to hike that reserve many times. Chris has hiked with him several occasions as well. I mean, they kind of knew his favorite spots. We had told law enforcement from the beginning where Brian would most likely be in the areas of the park, but I guess they didn't look well. But the one thing of interest that was found near Brian Laundrie is a letter. Some people call it his confession, but it's more of like a bullshit story.
What?
It's also very interestingly a hero's tale.
What?
Wait, a handwritten letter
Yes.
was intact?
It was like in a dry bag, and it looks like one of those waterproof journals.
That is so bizarre.
Written on the journal, it reads, and this is condensed in part, but Gabby, I wish I was right at your side. I wish I could be talking to you right now. I'd be going through every memory we've made, getting even more excited for the future. I can't live without you. I've lost every day we could have spent together, every holiday. I loved you more than anything.
Nope.
I can't bear to look at all your photos, to recall great times, because it is why I cannot go on. When I close my eyes, I will think of laying on the roof of the van, falling asleep to the sight of a meteor shower at the Crystal Geyser. I will always love you. I am sorry to everyone that this will affect. Gabby was the love of my life, but I know adored by many. I'm so very sorry to her family because I love them. My best of friends, I am sorry to my family. This is a shock to them as well as a terrible grief.
So I guess just like your love didn't exceed your nasty ass intentions, so you had to kill her? Like, what are we talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
They loved as much, if not more than me.
Oh my
A new
gosh.
daughter to my mother, an aunt to my nephews. Please do not make this harder for them. This occurred as an unexpected tragedy.
Cap.
Rushing back to our car, trying to cross the streams of Spread Creek in Grand Teton National Park. Before it got too dark to see, too cold, I hear a splash and a scream I could barely see.
What?
I couldn't find her for a moment. I shouted her name. I found her breathing heavily, gasping my name. She was freezing cold. We had just come from this blazing hot national park in Utah. The temperature had dropped to freezing and she was soaking wet. I carried her as far as I could down the stream towards the car, stumbling, exhausted and shocked, when my knees buckled and I knew I couldn't safely carry her. I started a fire and spooned her as close to the heat as possible. She was so thin, had already been freezing too long. I couldn't at the time realize that I should have started a fire first.
Hey, Slim.
But I just wanted her out of the cold back to the car. From where I started the fire, I had no idea how far the car might be. When I pulled Gabby out of the water, she couldn't tell me what hurt. She had a small bump on her forehead that eventually got larger. Her feet hurt, her wrist hurt, but she was freezing, shaking violently while
We already know that this dude likes to speak in smut novel. Like that same type of like vocabulary and everything. Like, bro, what are we talking about? Like, what?
carrying her. She continually made sounds of pain. Laying next to her, she said little lapsing, between violent shakes, grasping in pain, begging for an end to her pain. She would fall asleep, and I would shake her awake, fearing she shouldn't close her eyes if she had a concussion. She would wake in pain, start the whole painful cycle again, while furious that I was the one waking her. She wouldn't let me try to cross the creek, thought, like me, that this fire would go out in her sleep and she would freeze.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
the extent of Gabby's injuries, only that she was in extreme pain. I ended her life. I thought it was merciful. That is what she wanted, but I see now all the mistakes I made. I panicked, I was in shock, but from the moment I decided, took away her pain, I knew I couldn't go on without her.
What?
I rushed home to spend
Hell
any time
no.
I had left with my family. I wanted to drive north and let either Jim, the stepdad, or Gabby's brother kill me, but I wouldn't want them to spend time in jail over my mistake, even though I'm sure that they would have liked to. He states in the letter that he will be self-exiting, quote, not because of fear of punishment, but rather I cannot stand to live another day without her. Please do not make life harder for my family. They lost a son and a daughter, the most wonderful girl in the world. Gabby, I'm sorry. I have self-exited by this creek in the hopes that the animals tear me apart, that it may make some of her family happy. Please pick up all of my things. Gabby hated people who littered.
The whole kill is like the reason why she's gone is because of you. Like, regardless of what happens, the reason why she's not here is because of you. That's the whole thing. You wanted this van life stuff, bro. You're the reason why this shit was going on. Like, huh? You was pressing her about working at Taco Bell because you wanted to do this van life shit. You weren't even helping with it. This is her van. You was mad that she was together with Rose having some type of fun while you crying in the bathroom with the shower on, with your clothes on. You probably ain't got no shoes on. Like, what? Huh? This is all because of you anyway. Like, what? The fuck?
Wow.
I don't think we even have to go in depth on all the ways that this doesn't make sense.
Like, bro, what?
I mean, just know that none of Gabby's autopsy results match Brian's version of events.
Ugh.
None. Except for the fact that he killed her. One netizen writes, she complains when I try to get back to the van for help. Well, I guess the only logical thing to do is strangle her to death. Like, what kind of even narrative is this? One netizen points out that fellow van lifers, hikers, and visitors have always had cell service in that area that she was found. He could have easily called someone for help. Some are angry with his last line. Please pick up all my things. Gabby hated people who litter. What a fucking smack in the face to Gabby's family. This piece of shit is so beyond psychotic. Yeah, he felt so bad. He sent fake texts to her family, drained
I love when Stephanie lashes out on these fuck niggas. I love that shit. Come on.
her bank account, stole her van, drove home, hid at his
Yeah,
parents' house
like
until it
what?
became impossible to hide, and then he took off, wrote this self-serving bullshit, and then self-exited. Fucking prick.
Woof.
One forensic psychologist states,
Fuck is you talking
it speaks
about?
to a level of selfishness and a degree of narcissism that it was important for other people and how they looked at him. He had the last word, and it was a self-serving narrative.
That's so
Joe Petito
ass.
states, he was a liar. Nothing he said in those stories were true, and he was a coward till the day he died. And his family has to know that he took the coward's way out, and they raised a coward. I would use other words, but
I would say they raised a bitch. A BAN. A ban. A ban.
this is TV and it's just not appropriate.
Ugh.
Gabby's stepdad, Jim, states, not one of the versions of Brian's accounts was accurate by the findings of Gabby's autopsy. The sole cause of her death was strangulation and nothing remotely or even close to what he said.
That's just crazy.
This letter has been judged to hell and back for the fact that he also uses the I pronoun way more than he writes about Gabby. It just seems like me, 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 me. So the whole fact is, the whole thing is symbolic of a hero's
nigga's
journey.
sick,
He
bro.
saves Gabby from her own carelessness of slipping into the creek. He carries her for as long as he can.
The whole thing that could, like, you give Gabby whatever what she talking about is leave her the fuck alone, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, Slim. You was not one of them to try and get with this lady. Like, bro, what? You was on bullshit from the beginning. You was just a good talker. You still a bitch, though. You know what I'm saying? And your parents raised the bitch. That's just what it is, bro. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You thought you was finna have this Romeo and Juliet bullshit or whatever type of movie type joint. Bro, what? The hell no.
He stays with her and he even kills her out of compassion.
What?
This does not happen in real life. A lot of the
Yeah.
times, this doesn't even happen in really extreme circumstances, let alone a hike. Like, it just doesn't happen. Especially when you know that in a previous journal entry, he wrote the words, even killers and R-worders and child R-worders are kept alive, not to torture them, but because death is a harsh punishment.
Death is easier than living with. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say it. Nope.
But you're just like, I had to kill her because she was in pain. Now that Brian is no longer around to answer for his crimes, a lot of netizens feel, and I think justified, anger towards Brian's parents.
Right,
It
yes.
is many people's beliefs that Roberta and Chris Laundrie knew what Brian was doing. They knew where he was going to be. They knew they wasted taxpayers' time and money and gave the Petito family hope for justice when they knew what he had done. He had self-exited. Roberta has been called into question a lot in this case because she's just obsessed with her son. Roberta states, even after knowing what's happened, he's a very sweet boy, kind, considerate, loving. He loved his nephews. He loved his sister. He loved
That don't sound like nothing that I've heard about this guy.
us. He had a lot of friends that he was really friendly with. He's a good boy, hard worker, and I could go on and on. He was wonderful.
Hard worker at what? Selling his bullshit ass tracing art? What?
That is insane.
In one deposition, she is straight up asked, were you jealous of Gabby's relationship with Brian? No. Do you recall an incident in which you threw a pie or like a cake away?
What?
I didn't remember it until you mentioned it
Oh, the
yesterday.
pie.
So she's in the deposition. And I didn't throw the pie away. It was a silly and my feelings got hurt over a comment on the pie. And I did apologize to Gabrielle because I think my feelings were hurt and I was sulky but I thought it was all forgotten and we were fine after that. But, I was a little sulky that night. And the next day, everything was fine. I'd forgotten about it until it came up yesterday. But I really thought nothing of it. And I thought she thought nothing of it too.
Yeah, okay.
Well, what was the comment that was upsetting to you? I don't remember if it was much of a comment so much. It was, I had made dinner and I had made this pie and I was excited about my pie and to present it on the table. My mother was visiting and I think I was just exhausted from all the people in the house. When I put the pie down, I think there was a comment. I think there was just a little ruckus at the table where it's so
Oh, this pie sucks ass. What the fuck is this shit? Is that what it was?
Silly, but nobody made a nice comment. I guess it was a lack of comment. Nobody said, "Oh, nice pie." And I know that's so silly and I regret it, but I got annoyed, and I don't know why I got annoyed at
So it was lack of a comment. But you're saying a comment was made about your pie? What are you talking about?
kind of everybody and a little bit at Gabrielle, and it was silly, and I felt bad. I don't even remember it. I vaguely remember it. I just remember it was a pie and I was embarrassed, but I didn't throw out the pie. We ate the pie, but I don't know. I just behaved not so nicely, and I apologized to Gabrielle, and she was very nice about it, and we were fine after that.
Because nobody said that was a nice pie
Yeah.
when she brought out the pie.
Yeah. She would say things like, "I wish my kids would stay little, but things were changing. He's growing up. He's taking a trip I wasn't thrilled about, and it was just difficult."
Why are we talking about this nigga? Bro,
In the deposition, she is asked, "You would love your son no matter what, including murder?" Roberta responds, "Well, I didn't say including murder, but I would always love my boy no matter what." Nothing, including murder, would make you stop loving him, correct? Oh, I would always love him. A lot of netizens think that this sets the tone for Brian, where he might feel like, hey, maybe it's not just my mom. Maybe every single woman and romantic partner or anyone in my life really should give me their unconditional, undying love.
What?
No matter what I do.
what?
Which I get it. Most parents would argue that they love their kids unconditionally, but to say it and to make them feel it is kind of weird.
Also, yeah, that's the thing. And also, I know my mom and grandma love me, but they would tell me like I need to get out of the situations that I need to get out of. That's real parenting. Telling their son to, actually raising their sons to not even be some type of bitch ass nigga. That's one. To do some shit like this. But two is just like, I think unconditional love is like also telling your child that they did something fucked up, but still loving them, but like, don't try to absolve them of this shit. Just like, yeah, you did something bad. You did something really fucking bad. You need to pay for what you did. That's love, in my opinion. Like the love doesn't absolve them of accountability of what they did, especially if they took the life of somebody else's child. Unconditional love does not mean hide the person and not talk to police when you know there's people coming at you. Like, what? No. Huh? I know this is not something that, because I don't have children, ain't no... Bro, what the fuck?
To some degree, I do think all love is conditional. I just
Yes.
can't imagine if someone I loved killed another person because of what, narcissism, jealousy.
Yeah, like, bro, you need to pay for this shit. What the fuck are you talking about? What? Like, huh? I love you enough to tell you that you need to pay for this shit. Anything else is just coddling and enabling. Like, why are you doing this? Like, what?
And DV and just like violent rage.
Yeah, like,
I
huh?
think that love would shift very drastically.
Yes.
I mean, maybe it's because I don't have kids, but I would even go as far to say I just don't think that I could love that person anymore. I might feel responsible for them, but how do you love them still? To Roberta Laundrie, it looks like Brian could never do any wrong. But nobody can be convicted just for being unlikable and disgusting. In order for the Laundrie parents to be charged with anything, it would have to be proven that they knew Brian Laundrie killed Gabby Petito and that they took deliberate actions to assist him in evading law enforcement. That's pretty much the letter of the law. According to Roberta Laundrie's deposition.
And also, it just seems like the letter of the law didn't help Gabby when they pulled her over.
The week that Brian comes home mysteriously with the van, but without Gabby, and the Laundries coincidentally pay a $25,000 retainer for an attorney.
She ain't got no
They
chin.
also, that same week, take him to get a new phone. She is asked, why did he need a new phone? He didn't say. Later,
Why does she got an NBA shooting sleeve on her arm? What the hell was that?
she's asked about if she still has text messages between her and Brian, and she says, no, because when he bought a new phone, I answered his new number, and it automatically erased all the old texts.
Does she have an iPhone or an Android?
I've never seen that fucking happen in my
Yeah, I was about to say, wait, there's just not something that I ain't never heard, bro. I've been having an Apple iPhone since I was like what, I've had an iPhone for a while. There's no fucking way.
Wait, what exactly she said
Like,
happened?
huh?
I've had multiple new phone numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. She said he got a new phone. She started texting that new number and it erased all the old text messages. It doesn't even make sense.
Wouldn't it be a new thread? What?
Oh. She's saying that I was texting my son's old number,
Yeah.
and now I'm texting my son's new number, so all the old text messages are gone.
It's just a new text
Yeah,
thread.
it's just a new number. It's a new person
Yeah.
to your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It's very dumb.
But wouldn't you be able to dig that up too? Like,
Yes.
Yes, but this is a deposition in a civil trial between the Petito family and the Laundrie family. I think there's only so much that can be entered into discovery without getting a criminal case involved.
Damn.
yeah, I see.
So she says,
Damn.
no, because when I bought a new phone, I answered his new number and it automatically erased all the old texts. I didn't know it was going to do that. I didn't realize. Did you try to recover those old text messages? No, I didn't even know that you could or how to go about that. Even later, when she is asked about the series of phone calls Brian made to his parents soon after Gabby Petito was likely dead, and soon afterwards, the Laundrie parents called the attorney and put down a $25,000 retainer, Roberta states she has no recollection of those calls, but it was probably just them catching up.
What?
But when she gets repeatedly confronted with the fact that you immediately called Stephen Bertolino, your family attorney, right after, she
Damn.
said, no, I thought I called Brian. Huh, I don't know.
What?
Not even a moment later, she says, well, Chris, my husband, Brian's dad, told me Brian said Gabby was gone. And he told me that Brian wanted him to call a lawyer. I think that's when Chris was telling me what Brian said. Gabby's gone and please call a lawyer. Okay, so if Gabby's gone, please call a lawyer. Doesn't that say to you that she's dead?
Bro, yes.
I
What?
don't know what to think. I don't remember if it crossed my mind or if I...
Oh, I don't remember if I remember, but I don't remember if I remember. Like, bro, come on, bro. Y'all just playing now. Ew.
I was just so nervous. I just thought he was in some kind of trouble. I don't know. What other possible explanation could there be for she's gone, please call an attorney? A lot of things ran through my head. Possibly they got in a fight and, maybe she's going to press charges against him or something. I don't know.
She's gone means she gonna press charges. Wouldn't that be she left? What?
Did you ask? Well, I didn't call Brian back after that. I don't know if we talked again that day. Your son's upset. Your husband he says, Gabby is gone, call a lawyer. You call a lawyer and you never call your son back immediately to say, what's going on? What's happening?
Like what?
There is another 22-minute phone call, which she is asked about from her phone at around 11 p.m. that night with Brian. She says, yeah, I remember it was before I was going to bed. I think Chris was already asleep. And I remember he said he was driving home. Your husband was already asleep at that point after getting a phone call from your son that Gabby is gone. He's frantic. And you call a lawyer? Was that all the same day? It was a long weekend. We've been away. We've been at the beach with the kids and the race, and Chris falls asleep early. This is a girl you told me you loved. Someone you loved, someone who was going to become part of your family, and you asked no questions about her, of your son, when you learned that she was gone. Correct?
Like what?
Correct.
Correct.
Weren't you concerned about her? I was, but I think it was my son. I was concerned for my son. I was concerned for her well-being because I cared for her, but my son's driving home and I'm nervous for him.
What?
Oh, you're concerned about her well-being. So what did you do about her well-being? Well, just,
Not a lick of shit. That's what she did. Not a lick of cotton picking shit. Cotton picking shit.
Gabrielle, I thought
The
she
fuck?
always could take care of herself. And I was just concerned about my son at the time. And I just figured maybe her parents could come get her, or she would, last time he left her in a hotel. It's pointed out that while Roberta has Gabby's number, she never reached out once, even though she was concerned for her well-being. She could have just sent her a text message.
Exactly.
She
And she also could have texted back her mom and the people who were contacting her. What?
It's because I was just concerned about my son. And
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh, go to hell.
Later, she's asked about what they spoke about when Brian gets home to Florida after this phone call of Gabby's gone, call an attorney, I'm going to start driving back to Florida. And she says, I think by that time, my attorney advised me just not to talk to him about anything. So I just gave him something to eat and we didn't talk about anything. Did you have that natural instinct with Brian to want to speak with your child since he's hurting? Well, not to talk to him and, pump him for questions, but certainly to love him and feed him and hug him and, give him lots of love and keep him safe and close. Everything about the laundry's response so far, their behavior,
I'm sorry. No, you finna tell me what the fuck happened. Like, what? What? Why are you not back with your girlfriend? What the fuck happened? I don't care if you talking about she at a hotel. I don't give a fuck. Why the fuck is she not back here? Like, what? Oh, I left her on a hotel on the old side of the East Coast or the West Coast. So I drove all the way back to Florida. No argument is that bad. Like, no, I'd probably tell him to go the fuck back over there and get her ass if like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I ain't raised you to be like that, to leave your fiance in a hotel all the way across the country. No, that's not what men do. Fuck that. No. That's what I'm saying. Like, they already know, bro. Like, what?
don't think that it's great protesters are outside of private homes.
Oh, please,
harassing
Stephanie.
citizens, but
They need to be harassed, right? Okay? They need to be harassed. They plan. They need to be harassed. All right? I'm sorry if my moral code is corrupted, right? They need to be harassed. What the hell is going on? Okay? And I'm going to just keep it at harassed. Be on that front lawn or on the street in front of the lawn. They can still hear you if you're on the lawn or not on the lawn. Protests like that. Shit, bro. What?
I don't think it's unwarranted. I see why it happens, right? I don't know if we can like sit here and judge the ethics of it, because then we can just go down a rabbit hole, because like what if it happened to somebody else who actually is not a bad person? We don't know, right? But in this situation,
I'm not in this slippery slope type of thing right now. In this situation, it's warranted.
I can't say I would go to Florida and be like, protesters,
okay.
go home.
Girl, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good, Stephanie. I know you are diplomatic as you need to be. That's why I love you, gang. You know what I'm saying? But me, get your asses boots on the ground with that shit. If it's like some property thing, I can't be on the grass. I'm on the public street. Better not let it be a sidewalk. This is one place that they won't tear gas protesters. Shit.
them some space. It's just crazy.
I mean, shit, if Brian got a crossbow, they probably got tear gas. I don't know. But anyway.
The protesters honestly are very smart with it as well. They start gathering outside, screaming justice needs to be served. Bring Gabby home.
Mm-hmm.
They also, on a daily basis, they're bringing baskets of dirty laundry, because the laundry family.
I love that. I love that. Send an applause for the protesters being clever. I like that. Fuck that dirty laundry, nigga. Fuck that dirty laundry. Clean up your laundry, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? All right, enough of the applause, but still.
Leaving it out on their lawn. And in the deposition, Roberta basically complains that the reason that she might not have responded to the way that people wanted her to respond was because, quote, there were people outside our doors, banging on our doors, banging on our windows, sending us death threats. People were screaming very horrible things at us. It was a very scary time.
Oh, girl, shut the fuck up. You got extra laundry baskets, okay? You should already assume that if your last name is Laundry, we're gonna give you something to put that dirty laundry in. Okay? Again, send another applause to the people who go clever with the laundry. Exactly. Get these people the fuck out of here. What are we talking about? Clean up your dirty laundry. I bet it wasn't even laundry day when they got that. I bet just knowing how they over here trying to weasel their way out of it, they probably had a lot of laundry for all them laundry baskets. They better put them shits inside, use them laundry baskets. Shit, these people ain't got no fucking morals. They son is a bitch ass nigga.
Couldn't leave the house. It was frightening.
Frightening.
Christopher Laundrie states in his deposition, there were people battering my house down. Everything was very difficult as far as, people, it was a very fearful time.
Oh. You mowing the lawn around the stuff? Banfield? Like the pet vet? What?
Even their attorney states, for the last 4 to 5 weeks, people have been yelling and screaming outside of their homes. So they're not exactly willing to come out and say, oh, by the way, all you people who have been yelling at us, here's some information for you. One consistent feeling that a lot of netizens have is the Laundrie family have just never been able to read the room. They are constantly complaining about how hard their lives are, which is why eventually the Petito family will sue them for intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Oh, shit.
Now, side note,
I didn't even know that was possible.
even the Laundrie's family attorney is listed in this lawsuit. His name is Stephen Bertolino.
Oh.
He is not only their attorney that repped them and Brian for this case, he's a longtime neighbor and business partner to some degree. They would invest in real estate properties together.
Oh.
They're all quite friendly. They've known each other for over a decade. And Bertolino is, in my opinion, the lawyer that walks in with that baggy suit. But he's just got such a
Like Max B's lawyer?
stinky attitude where you're like, I don't think that we should be yelling at the judge right now. Like, maybe we could yell at other people, but don't yell at the judge or the jury, because that's just dumb.
What?
He's just yelling and angry all the time. He just looks sour. Bertolino just never stops yapping. And these are
He like a yellow Starburst, huh? Or like a yellow Now Later? Or like a yellow Laffy Taffy? He like a yellow candy that nobody wants. He the banana Laffy Taffy. That's probably what he feel like. Or that's probably what he seems like. A yellow Laffy Taffy. Y'all know how a yellow Laffy Taffy tastes? If you don't know how the yellow Laffy Taffy tastes, you know how a yellow Starburst tastes? You don't know how a yellow Starburst tastes? Just imagine a candy that is the most undesirable, damn it.
my opinions that I'm allowed to have. The Laundries and the Bertolino, they say nothing helpful, but they also can't seem to shut the fuck up. They're questioned about the initial statement they
And I heard censoring fuck, but the last episode she was saying fuck. Okay.
released, stating that they hope Gabby is located and reunited with her family. Now, about this reunited statement, because it's been argued, if they knew that Gabby was deceased by this point, to say that they hope she's reunited with their family is intentionally causing emotional distress by instilling false hope that they know doesn't exist.
Wow.
That's what the Petito family are arguing in their lawsuit. Christopher Laundrie, the father, is questioned in the deposition. He's asked, if she was found dead, she couldn't be reunited with her family, could she?
Exactly.
Reunited is a term for either or, I think. Either or what? Well, deceased or not. But it doesn't say remains, does it? I thought it was a good thing to say and a nice thing to say. Well, I'm not big on words, so my meaning is that they would get to either Gabby's alive, my interpretation of the word, or not. And it's not just the fact that they are so useless in the investigation. It's also the way that they talk. Bertolino, the attorney, the way he even refers to the Petito family is the only thing that the Petito family has done so far as communication is thrown out letters to the public. I mean, but you're asking me, could there have been conversations? There has never been an olive branch reached out to us by their side.
Excuse me. Didn't we contact them and they blocked the number? I know I'm not tripping. I know what I heard last episode.
Olive branch.
Yeah.
Olive
For
branch.
what?
That is
Yeah,
what
like
the reporter
what? Nigga,
also
fuck
asks.
your olive branch,
Their daughter
nigga.
was murdered by the Laundrie's son. Why
Niggas over here talking about some olive branch. I beat the fuck out of you with an Olive Garden a breadstick that's been in the back room until family. I bet y'all going. These the type of people that go into Olive Garden at 9:30, knowing damn well they close at 10, saying they want extra breadsticks, knowing damn well it's about to be hard as a rock. And they need to beat the fuck out of them with talking about some damn olive branch. Nigga, I'll beat the shit out of you with an olive breadstick from Olive Garden. You know damn well you want a Tour de France or wherever the fuck that shit that they had back in 2012. What was it? The everlasting pasta, the bottomless pasta. Nigga, what are you talking about? What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with people?
would they
What?
be the ones to put out an olive branch? He doesn't really respond. And this isn't even the first time he's said something like this
fuck?
in an interview. He says,
People got
had
to-
one of the attorneys for the Petito family reached out to me, as they should, instead of doing it by Twitter or by open letter to the public, perhaps we would have resolved some certain issues many, many months ago. But that's not the path that the Petito family has chosen. So we will walk down the path with them that they have chosen to walk down.
What?
It's so amazing that people have so much audacity with no spine, no morals.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't
what?
even be able to like show my face if that were me, but he's like, exactly. Later, when Brian is missing, Steven states, Chris and Roberta Laundrie do not know where Brian is. They are concerned about Brian and hope the FBI can locate him.
Stephanie, can you please tell me about these underground thing that you said in the last episode? I would really appreciate it. I'm probably going to forget about it, but I would really appreciate that.
The speculation by the public and some in the press that the parents assisted Brian in leaving the family home or in avoiding arrest or on a warrant, that was issued after Brian had already been missing for several days is just wrong. He states, the Laundries are being tortured in their own home by these protests outside. They're being harassed with lawsuits for a $40 sign that was more than likely on their property and should be considered litter. And all the foregoing is occurring when they have no idea whether their son is alive or not. Which, some further context, a woman did sue Christopher Laundrie. She was protesting outside the Laundrie house, put up a sign. The sign read, "What if this happened to Cassie?" Now, this is Brian's older sister. This is their daughter. Chris walks up to the sign, rips it out of the ground, and walks with the sign back into his house. Clearly, the protester knows why she filed the lawsuit. She said, the lawsuit is going to keep this relevant. It's something that's going to drive the Laundries a little nuts. That's it.
Now it's time to inconvenience you. This is the time to take the earring backs off of your earrings. Now it's time to inconvenience you. All right? Yeah. Uh-huh. You damn Skippy. Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like for private property damage, the $40 sign.
Oh.
To which the attorney has responded, the protesting, the witch hunt, this mob-style crucifixion of Chris and Roberta Laundrie is just wrong, and enough is enough. A perpetrator straight up responds, like I could care less about that attorney and what he feels and thinks. Even the Northport police chief made a direct plea with Stephen Bertolino, stating, Mr. Stephen Bertolino, the Northport Police Department needs your help in finding Gabby. Please call us to arrange a conversation with Brian Laundrie. 2 people left on a trip and only 1 person has returned. Still, they continue to do what netizens feel is just not enough, with netizens writing, may your own karma find you. You are disgusting. Silence in this case is reprehensible.
Man, hey, y'all remember what happened in The Color Purple? What Celie said? Unless you do right by me, everything that you da-da-da-da may fall. I'm not going to do the hand because that's a little disrespectful. I was trying to do like that. But nah, they put a curse on your ass. Woo!
But others actually defend the attorney, writing,
Why?
This man is just doing his job. It's the same exact job every single defense attorney out there does.
Ah, please, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. He picked this case up. Could he not have said no? Is that not an option? Do they have to take these cases?
Others respond, a good defense attorney who advises his clients not to give up their Fifth Amendment right as guaranteed by the Constitution is a good attorney. As for Brian going missing, Bertolino tells a reporter, the Laundries knew Brian was grieving the night he left. Brian left the house on September 13th. Gabby's remains are found September.
And I don't like that. That's my dad's birthday. I don't like that shit. Fuck them. Y'all playing on my dad's birthday, nigga. R.I.P. my pops, man. R.I.P. Big Sebastine, man.
September 19th. What do you mean the Laundrie parents knew that Brian was grieving when he left the house, when Gabby's body hasn't been found? So does that mean that they knew that Gabby was dead?
That's crazy.
When confronted with this word usage, he just says, well, Brian had been extremely upset. Chris and Roberta were very concerned about him. That's what I meant. He says, you couldn't write this Greek tragedy. Brian is not a Ted Bundy. He's not a demon.
A Greek tragedy? Ted Bundy?
He's not a serial killer. I'm not sure that the narrative that has been pushed that Brian was a mean killer and Gabby was an angel is entirely true.
What? What are you talking about?
That really has nothing to do with this. It doesn't matter if Gabby was an angel or not.
She was an angel. What are you talking about? Bro, what did she... Bro... I know a perfect victim isn't a thing, but bro, she didn't do shit wrong. She didn't do nothing wrong. The only thing that she probably did wrong was choose this bitch ass nigga.
He was killed.
She was
You don't
murdered,
have to
bro.
be this perfect victim that has
Yeah,
never said a
like
curse word,
what?
or has never told a lie, or has never done anything that society might deem as like, oh, maybe I wouldn't have done that. That's crazy. The whole family's
What?
entire
Yeah, like
response
what?
to everything is beyond bizarre. After the burn after reading letter, Roberta states that she wrote that letter again way before their cross country trip. She's like, in a sworn affidavit, she states, I wrote it and gave it to Brian before Brian and Gabby left Florida for New York, which was June 2nd. The purpose of the letter was to reach out to Brian while he and I were experiencing a difficult period in our relationship. Brian and I shared a love of stories, and some of the language in the letter was using similar phrases to describe the depth of a mother's love. I had hoped this letter would just remind him of how much I loved him. She also says, because people are like, then why'd you say burn after reading? That's suspicious.
Exactly.
She said, well, okay. It's actually Gabby's fault. Gabby bought this book on Amazon.
Bro, why are we blaming Gabby? She has been dead for a while. Why are we blaming her? Why are we blaming her?
It's like burn after writing. You know those journals where you do the
No, I don't give a fuck.
things on the pages? It's like smash an orange onto this page and it says burn after using or
No,
burn after
I don't-
reading.
no, I don't know what
or
that is.
writing.
No,
it's like
I
one
don't-
of those journals.
No, I don't know
She
what
said it
that
was a play
is.
on that.
No, please. Shut the
I mean,
fuck.
nobody
Talk about it's a play on that. She didn't even know about phone stuff going. Yeah, man, get the fuck out of here.
believes that.
Fuck.
I mean, clearly they have a very strange relationship between Roberta and Brian. Even in one of Brian's favorite books, Choke by Chuck Palahniuk, there's this very interesting quote. Again, could have no correlation, but he writes, I don't know, but until your mom dies, it seems like all the other women in your life can never be more than just your mistress.
That's not true. My mom is alive and I love Kyla. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what are we talking about?
And it's not like you can divorce your mother or kill her.
Huh?
This is a quote from the book.
Yeah, but it's just kind
This the same person that wrote Fight Club, bro? Oh, please. Oh, my gosh. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
of weird because his
What?
relationship with his mom does feel, his mom, indeed, to many netizens, feels like the type of boy mom that feels like she is dating her son, that she's in competition with her son's romantic interests.
And also, that's such a real thing. And it's kind of scary. Oh, my gosh.
Now, due to the lawsuit filed by Gabby's family, the Laundrie parents both have to sit in these depositions. They just say some of the most insane stuff in the depositions that, yes, legally, I'm sure very hard to argue, but morally and just on a human scale, it is hard to believe that someone is this dense. Even when confronted with the fact that everyone in the world, it feels like, is searching for Gabby, why did Roberta feel hope that Gabby was alive? She said, I just had hope. I've heard stories where people are looking for their daughter and they find her much later. And so I just never wanted to give up hope. In another part of the deposition, Roberta Laundrie is confronted with the statement that their attorney, Bertolino, put out that said, the news about Gabby Petito is heartbreaking. The Laundrie family prays for Gabby and her family. This was released after Gabby's body is found, which she is asked, how is the news heartbreaking to you guys? Oh, it was heartbreaking in so many ways. Just to know that Gabrielle was gone, and it was just heartbreaking. So it wasn't heartbreaking before that? Well, I didn't know she was gone until it was on the news. And then that's when it was, very heartbreaking.
Didn't Brian tell you?
Which, side note, did you hear what she just said earlier? It was heartbreaking in so many ways just to know that Gabrielle was gone.
Uh-huh.
This whole deposition, she's like, I didn't know gone means dead.
Bro, like,
I didn't
what?
know gone means dead.
Man,
Who,
please.
I wasn't thinking gone is dead. I was just thinking, I don't know.
I wasn't thinking that God was dead. I wasn't thinking this. I wasn't thinking that. Oh, I didn't know God was dead. I thought she was just went away for a long time. She was in the book.
Get the fuck out of here, bruh.
Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. She's confronted. Well, the words your husband told you on August 29th is that she was gone. Right.
Right.
That was concerning, but heartbreaking. Our hearts were broken when we found out that Gabrielle was gone, deceased. So when you found out she was gone, did you reach out to her parents?
Hell no.
No. Why not? We just kept following our attorney's advice not to speak to anybody. She's also questioned about a random coincidental email that she sends to Brian the day he calls his parents. So Gabby is suspected to have been killed the night of August 27th. They talk August 29th, and they hire that attorney. But also, Roberta sends Brian an email about how to get stains out of T-shirts
When?
on the 29th. And she said it was just like an inside joke.
Ain't no inside joke. Niggas don't joke like that. These people are guilty. What the fuck?
She said, okay, so they ask, were you telling Brian how to get a blood stain out of a T-shirt? No. And she further elaborates, it's because Gabby was obsessed with Tide pens. And it was just like a thing. She just wanted to send it because she was thinking about them.
It's like they know the whole world knows.
Exactly.
And we all know what they know. Like,
They just doing deny. Knowing damn well sometimes if you deny, you gonna look like a dumbass.
Yeah, it's like a very dumb.
yeah, what? Yeah, anyways.
In the deposition, she further elaborates about the burn after reading letter, saying the whole thing, again, is just a joke. She says, even if they're not good,
Slim, you not funny. This shit's not funny. A joke was supposed to be funny. These are two jokes that you suck at. You better not do no damn stand up. But shit, you gonna be sitting down in a jail cell if they catch you on this dumb shit. Ain't no standing up. You can stand up as much as you want. You ain't getting out. Over here talking about some, oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. This shit's not funny, boy.
jokes,
Or lady.
I'm always joking. I would never actually think he would end up in jail. He was such a nice, good boy. I would never imagine it. You know, I would never imagine
Well, you're not gonna end up in jail because he dead.
he would go to the moon. I didn't think he would suddenly become an astronaut and go to astronaut school and go to the moon. It was just being exaggerating and silly. It was a silly letter. Like, no matter what, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Also, Roberta, you're weird. I don't know what else
You're
to say.
weird.
But at one point, she's trying to explain that things are just jokes and what kind of jokes she finds funny. She said, the burn after reading letter, she's trying to explain, it's only weird now in hindsight. She didn't know any of this was going to happen. She wrote
Well, if she knew about jokes, she would know jokes age a certain type of way. But she don't know. Because she wasn't fucking joking.
that months and months and months ago. She said, it's like, you know, when I went to work in the World Trade Center, they on the top floor had this place where tourists could come and get their picture taken, and it looks like they're leaping off the building. And it was very funny, and you could put like a funny face, and then you would pay $10 for this picture. And you get a picture of you falling off the Trade Center. That
Are you fucking serious? Are you dead ass, bro? She can't be dead ass. Is there like something wrong with her? She can't be dead ass, bro. There's no way you just made a falling off the World Trade Center joke. There's no, nah.
was so funny, and everybody had funny faces. I'm saying this was because at the time it was a joke. Later, when people actually did fall off the World Trade Center, it was not so funny.
That is a crazy example.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I don't even think I would know what to say if I were the Petito family attorney. They're just like, well, this isn't so funny now that we know that your son murdered Gabby, is it? Exactly. Whereas Christopher Laundrie's deposition is incredibly blunt. He gives little to no responses. He seems like he knows nothing about anything. I don't know if that's a legal tactic, or I genuinely think that he gives more of the energy of, you know, those Jimmy Kimmel parts where they go out onto the street and they ask the dad, when's your kid's birthday? Does your kid have any medical illnesses we need to know about? And they have no clue. It kind of is reminiscent of that. He seems like he does get Brian's birthday wrong at one point. So
Hey man, my mom get my birthday wrong sometimes. And my grandma. So it's not the time for that though. It's not that time for that though.
I don't know.
Like what? Completely wrong, or
I think he got the year wrong. And then Roberta had to clarify in her deposition the day later.
Hey, sometimes my mom and grandma forget my name. But they still know my medical ailments.
But he just states about those phone calls that he got August 29th. You know, I asked him how he was doing. He was not calm. He got very excited and told me that, you know, Gabby's gone. And he got very frantic. Everything was frantic and quick. So, you know, Gabby's gone.
she's very excited.
Meaning what? Well, I have no idea what he meant.
What?
Well, what else did Brian say? Well, that was, it was quick. He said, he was very panicked and he said he didn't know what to do. He said, can you help me? And he might need a lawyer, And I would ask him why he wouldn't tell me. He was very frantic. Everything was frantic and I started to not really comprehend. And he was just like, can you help me? And I said, okay, I'll help you. And then I calmed him down a bit and I said, I don't know. It was all mumbled and I still don't remember everything that happened. But, he said he needed to get an attorney and he hung up. Did you understand Gabby is gone to mean that something happened to Gabby? I understood it that something was wrong. Okay, something was wrong, meaning what? I had no idea.
How do you interpret that, right? Someone is gone. Either someone left or someone has passed.
Hey, husband, this is too much logic for this situation right here. This is just too much logic for this situation.
But you have to combine it with, I need a lawyer. Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, he keeps saying, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like either they left you or they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought someone left me or someone is dead.
Yes.
One is like, oh, they were just left you.
Sad.
So, yeah, okay, fine, move on. The other one's like, oh my goodness, what happened?
Yes.
So, what do you mean? Keep saying, oh, I don't know. That's a clear lie. He knows some.
So it's like, it's A, she either left the relationship, or B, she's deceased.
Yeah.
And then from there, when you get the part where he says, I need an attorney, anyone with brain cells that are not actively cannibalizing itself would assume if it's the other, okay, I think it's this now. I think she's dead because you're asking for an attorney.
Right.
Gone is not a vague word.
Yeah.
Gone is not like this esoteric feeling. Gone really is not really a metaphor even.
Yeah.
He said, I had no idea. Your son is frantic and he wants you to call a lawyer because Gabby is gone. Did you believe at the time that he murdered her? No. Did you believe that she was dead at the time? Not at all.
What?
Where did you think gone meant? I didn't even know what to think at the moment, at all. So he also states that when Brian got home from the, quote, fateful trip.
Bro, this shit is crazy. Bro, they letting so much stuff fly. This is so... Bro, what the fuck? What do you think gone means? I don't know. Did you think about... I don't know. Did you think Gabby... I don't know. Bro, what? I don't know. Like, huh?
He seemed, quote, like a kid who came home, in trouble. That's how he seemed.
Ain't this nigga 30?
Well, let's connect the dots. He told you Gabby was gone. He's frantic. He's upset. He's like a kid that came home and he was in trouble. Did that lead you to believe he murdered Gabby? No. No? I don't know what happened. He, like Roberta, claims that since that day forward, he never asked Brian what happened. What he meant by Gabby is gone, he never asked because the lawyer said, you guys don't talk about it.
There's no way.
Did you consider how the Petitos might be feeling, not knowing where their daughter was? I'm a considerate person. Of course I was. It's not a pleasant thing for anybody, I'm sure.
Then why didn't you text him back?
The one thing that people really wanted to know in the depositions, which we really don't get answers to, is what the hell the entire Laundrie family were doing, including Brian, going camping after Gabby is missing. So Brian comes home alone to Florida September 1st. 6 days after, September 6th, the whole Laundrie family go camping in Fort DeSoto. This is not the same place.
I don't like these names, bro. These are like fucking all these birthdays of the people that I love. They just had my mom's birthday right now. She just said my mom's birthday. What the fuck is going on? I don't like this shit at all.
Place that he is missing in. It's about 60 miles away. September 6th to 8th, the whole family is camping. Some people think that this was a test trip to see if he can live off grid, to test him. Others think that they were talking about things that maybe they couldn't talk about in the family home because, I don't know, maybe they're being paranoid. So this is before there were protesters, but maybe they were being paranoid of, there's so many electronic devices. I don't know.
Bro, I guess, bro. I fucking guess. Like, this shit is just... I feel like it's just a bunch of word salad and bullshit that's trying to distract everybody from Gabby. Like, oh my gosh.
Or some people think maybe it's one last family trip because they all know what's about to come, and maybe Brian is going to self-exit, and they just know that the walls are closing in and he doesn't want to go to jail.
Oh, please.
Roberta is confronted with this in the deposition, and she is asked, how could you go on vacation knowing that Gabby was gone while the Petito family was looking for her? We just had planned to go. We just wanted to test out our new camper overnight. So this is not Gabby's van, it's a camper. We were just doing our regular thing. I don't know. Bertolino, the attorney, says, I can tell you that the Laundries always go camping, as evidenced by the camper in their driveway on display for all the world to see.
Okay.
Whether or not they went to a particular campsite on a particular day, I cannot tell you, and it's not worth the time, in my opinion.
What?
Brian's sister, Cassie, is 10 years older than Brian. She also had protesters and reporters outside her home that she shares with her husband and kids. Now, for a while, she also remained quiet. It wasn't until later that she just came out of nowhere, out of the house, ready to talk to people.
What?
She said, I'm losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt, Gabby, and my future sister-in-law on top of all of this, and you guys are not helping. We're cooperating with the police. We're not supposed to talk to anybody, and you're
Excuse
making
me.
my children cry.
When was this? When did she
This
start
is-
coming out?
This is after Gabby
Bruh.
is missing, and the whole world is like, what is going on?
Bro, this family is something else. I ain't gonna lie. This family is something else, bro.
So this is after they're camping. This is after Brian is home. This is after the world finds out that Gabby is missing.
Wow.
But they don't know Gabby has passed yet.
No.
So this is when she, like, in that window,
Yes. So Gabby's body has not been found yet.
Okay.
Why your parents? Like, what do you mean you're losing your parents? Because they're not talking to us either. Why aren't they talking to you guys? If I knew, I would say, I don't know.
Oh, please.
Do you think they're involved, your parents? I don't know. We know nothing. You don't know? You're not. We've been finding everything out with the news like everybody else.
Is that so?
She says, this is not what we want to be doing. This is not how we want the world to find out when we're angry and upset. But I can't have my kids be crying for 3 days in a row. My parents' lawyer screwed me over. I'm livid and I'm not talking to him. I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my entire family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney. So I'm just as mad.
Sorry, girl.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say.
Why are they stanced up like that? What? They're like they finna take an Instagram picture. What the hell?
Brian killed Gabby. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
When describing Brian and Gabby's relationship, she says, of course, everybody bickers, but nothing like what people are saying, or else we would have done something about it. I don't stand for that. I was in a bad relationship similar to what, saying has happened.
Excuse
I wouldn't
me?
let that happen. We're not the evil monsters we're being made out to be. We are, unfortunately, in the dark as much as everybody else. She says that she was also confused that Brian came home back to Florida without Gabby. She said, my jaw hit the floor. I mean, the first thought in my head was, oh, they must have broken up and he doesn't want to talk about it and I'm going to give him space. And then he went missing. They explained that Brian's parents aren't speaking because they have a lawyer. My parents' lawyer, we don't have a lawyer. We have nothing to hide. We were told not to talk to anybody and I'm upset that we have to come out here and do this.
Oh.
Again, do you think that Brian killed Gabby?
Oh, imagine how upset Gabby's parents are and step-parents. Y'all talking about y'all being upset? Why doesn't it seem like nobody has any type of like sympathy towards Gabby's parents? Like, oh my gosh, yeah, I understand that y'all being hounded. Yeah, that makes sense when your son is a fucking dingbat. Like what?
I don't know. Silence is not guilt. The FBI told us not to talk. The sooner he is found, the sooner this is over for us. I would tell my brother to just come forward and get us out of this horrible mess.
Why don't you text him?
To which one netizen comments, the parents picked their murdering son over their daughter and grandchildren. Lovely people. Others comment, I do give her credit for coming out to talk, unlike her parents. But Gabby's parents and most netizens still don't understand why she couldn't do anything to try and get Brian to speak.
Yeah,
Gabby's
like
mom
what?
says, what does that statement even do? It does nothing. She might have been out of the loop from the beginning. Who knows what the parents kept from family members? But instead of saying that, if these people supposedly loved Gabby, if she's like a sister, if your kids love her so much, why aren't you begging them to talk?
Exactly.
Additionally, newly revealed text messages in the Netflix documentary show Roberta Laundrie and Cassie talking about the investigation in a really bizarre tone.
What?
They're talking about how the Northport police state to the public that they didn't know that Brian went hiking because they saw Roberta and they thought it was Brian. Remember? But Roberta texts Cassie. The Northport police said Brian and I have a, quote, similar build. Boy, Brian would be not happy about that. Sister Cassie says, yeah, everyone's laughing at that remark because not even remotely close. Roberta responds, short, pudgy, and a big bottom, or short,
What?
sassy, and pear-shaped.
Oh.
She's describing her own body.
Okay.
But again, does this really, like, put yourself in the shoes. Your loved one is missing.
So bizarre.
Exactly.
Another infuriating detail to this case is, well, it's infuriating how the laundries, I think a little bit of how Cassie is also carrying herself, but Gabby probably cared more for Brian's family than Brian ever did. Even when they're on road trips, Gabby would take the time to write, draw on postcards for Cassie's kids.
Wow.
One reads, hey, Uncle Brian and I miss you so much. Everywhere we go reminds us of you. Like the red rocks at Bryce Canyon, the sky here is so open. There's more stars than I've ever seen. Scorpio is so big and always bright every night. It's always the first one we spot. Love, Aunt Gabby.
Man, Gabby, I'm so sorry you had to come across this bitch ass nigga, bro. This shit is crazy. This is crazy.
Like stacks of postcards
the
that she sent to
fuck?
Cassie's kids. Regardless, a lot of people don't like Cassie, the sister, and people don't like this whole camping trip that they went on. Cassie says, we just went for a couple of hours. So she's saying the parents and Brian, she's not even saying how long they were staying there, but she's saying for me and my family, me and my kids, we were there for a few hours, met up with them. There was no grand feeling of goodbye. There was no nothing. I mean, I'm frustrated that in hindsight, I didn't pick up on anything. It was just a regular visit.
So they joined in that 2-day trip or
They joined in on the last day. She said that she had to leave after dinner and s'mores because the kids had school.
Okay.
like a quick trip?
Yeah. Again, I don't know if my family is constantly camping and they're going on a camping trip. And let's say I have 3 kids.
Right.
It's a school day. I don't think I'm driving 80 miles for
Yeah,
dinner.
hell no.
80 miles there, 80 miles back home for dinner. I don't think I'm doing it.
I don't know who love driving that much, but I sure as hell don't. What the fuck? Hell no, boy.
I'd just be like, we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah,
'Cause
what?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they just love camping. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that's my personal opinion.
I guess.
Maybe I'm lazy. I don't
80
know.
miles, girl. You're not lazy.
One expert states, I think Brian's parents did help him once he came home. He shows up with the van without her. What does he tell his parents? Oh, we broke up. I left her out there. I just decided to drive the van back home and let's go camping. That doesn't make sense. You have to connect the dots. You have to put that puzzle together.
Right.
Others point out, suddenly he goes from your sacred son that can do no wrong, that is Jesus reincarnated and everybody should love him, to he goes missing and we're not going to do anything to find him. That's very strange. But the attorney Bertolino, in defense of the laundry, says, when you've got a gaggle of press and screaming public out at your door 24 hours a day, do you think that Brian and Roberta are going to go down to Walmart and start putting up signs, help me find my son? Now, he does say
What?
Brian. He means Chris and Roberta, the parents. But he does say Brian and Roberta. Interesting slip, but regardless.
Is it
With the new
Freudian?
Netflix documentary being released,
Freudian?
there are once again circulating theories that Brian Laundrie is actually not dead.
What?
Because of the way that the Laundries have handled themselves when he goes missing. Because of everything that's progressed, they just feel like he is alive and he is out there. There have been old
Who's the
pictures dug
remains?
up of what someone resembles Brian eating at a restaurant in Mexico.
What?
Another of someone who resembles Brian eating fried chicken with the caption, did Brian Laundrie come in for fried chicken tonight? There's a TikToker who looks similar to Brian Laundrie and
That is not Brian
had to
Laundrie.
make his whole TikTok account called Not Brian
Not
Laundrie.
Brian Laundrie.
A lot of people are just taking
Bro,
this
what?
at face value, with some people running with the conspiracy theories that he's alive. Somehow he faked his own death in the reserve with the help of his parents, and he is out there. I mean, that's
So whose remains did they find? Like, huh?
a mom who would do anything for her son, clearly. And
The
she probably
fuck?
stated that once before in her deposition. So he's got to be free watching all this unfold. Others argue, what if he didn't even leave the country? That's so hard. What if he's in that house? A lot of
Bruh.
people are taking drone footage of Roberta and Chris Laundrie gardening in the backyard. So while Brian is missing, Roberta is gardening nonstop. And they say it looks almost at one point that a hand is coming up from out of the soil. So what if they had some sort of system under there that he could
Fool,
crawl under
what?
and hide? And they're
Where the
hiding
hand?
him. There have been all sorts of conspiracy theories that they have tunnels built under the house.
What?
He's under the garden. At one point, he would have been under the shed. People are like, the FBI need to check the cameras. Other conspiracy theorists believe that Brian is alive, but not under the garden, not in Mexico. He's likely somewhere in the Appalachian Mountains,
What?
with some reports stating that they are certain that they interacted with him on the trail.
What do you mean?
Now, I
Bro,
will say
what?
a few things about this.
Hold on, cuz this shit is freaky as fuck. What?
A lot of these conspiracy theories were from before Brian's remains were found in the
Okay.
Carlton Reserve.
Okay.
So before they're found, people are like, I just saw him in Mexico. Here's a picture of him, of what looks like him on the Appalachian Trail. Now, once his remains were found, there were still some people who were heavily invested in the case that were having doubts and going back and forth. But then with the Netflix documentary, I think a lot of new people that didn't know about the case found out about it, and they just started running with maybe a few TikToks that they saw.
Oh my
so one of
gosh.
the biggest things that I saw on TikTok that was circulating was that Brian's uncle was the one that identified his remains to be Brian. A lot of netizens are saying that Brian Laundrie's uncle was the one to identify the dental remains, which means he could just lie and say it's a match, except it's not true. So with Brian, the first thing that was identified was his dental remains, because it's fast. It's way faster than checking DNA of someone.
Okay.
So they confirmed the dental remains, and then they did the DNA. And the medical examiner, the forensic odontologist, the medical examiner's office, nobody that worked on this case is related to Brian Laundrie. So regardless if maybe Brian Laundrie's previous pediatric dentist or any dentist had been his uncle, they were not the ones to verify his remains.
Bro, what
Even
the
if they
fuck?
cross-referenced, they did DNA, they did everything. So it would be very hard. Now, if you're saying maybe there's only a few teeth, like maybe, because I saw some people are like, what if he just plucked out his teeth and left them? There were
Bro, y'all giving this man too much credit. Goodness gracious. What?
also some rumors on TikTok that not a lot of bones were found and just a few teeth were found. That is also false. The vast majority of his bones, including very large bones that you just cannot live without, or it would be very difficult to expel them from your body and
So
be
he's-
alive
so he's
without
dead.
proper medical care.
So he's dead.
Yeah, they were there and
so
they were
he's dead.
confirmed to be Brian.
Ah,
Laundrie's.
okay. Yeah. I was,
So I think that's what is also kind of tricky. A lot of things have just been kind of warped and then run. I do think
it's just all this bunch of shit, and it's like, bro, can we get justice for Gabby? Like, somebody gotta go down for this, bro. You can't let this shit happen, bro. Like, what the fuck?
that when he was missing, a lot of people felt like he was on the run. So it's almost like they're taking sentiments of that and it's kind of warped into this thing. And the only reason that I'm trying to debunk a lot of these conspiracies is I imagine it's very difficult for the Petito family to hear over and over again that he might be alive. And it becomes less of a story of what happened to Gabby, and they're trying so hard to raise awareness for DV, and more of like, ooh, conspiracy, what if he's alive?
Yeah.
And I do get it. Conspiracies are very interesting, but it just seems there's not really a lot of good basis behind the theories.
Okay.
Side note, there was also misinformation briefly that the gun that was used for his self-exit was never found. It was found. Others question a part of the autopsy report that says that Brian had died anywhere between 45 days and 672 days prior to his body being found. He had only been missing for 37 days.
672 days. 2 years? What the fuck?
So people thought it was strange. But the same autopsy results state the water temperature was 85 degrees.
Okay.
Post-mortem interval was 47 to 672 days, or approximately 1.5 months to nearly 2 years.
Okay.
These findings must be interpreted with caution because these studies have not been adequately tested in Florida.
Oh, shit.
Florida's hot. Florida's humid. There's so many natural predators in where he was found. It is not the most unbelievable. So people were saying Gabby was found weeks later, but her body is generally intact. But she was found in Grand Teton. He's found 3 feet submerged in water for weeks in humid, hot weather with lots of animal predators. And so people were just saying, I mean, could it really do that much to a body?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just even different temperatures of water that a body would be submerged in, you would be surprised at of decomposition, of how much it varies.
I wonder, like, even just a couple degrees will
Yeah.
mean everything for the reaction of
And
it,
the
yeah.
types of bacteria that are harbored in those types of swamp waters versus like ocean water or fresh water, like a spring, that would be very different too.
Right.
Now, in an interview, the family attorney, Bertolino, states, and as everybody knows, Brian's remains and personal items were located somewhat in close proximity to the entrance to the park.
Okay.
So a lot of people think he sounds like he's saying identifying items, which sounds very like you want to put identifying items near
Entrance.
the body to be like, oh, this is my identity.
Right.
But he says all that speculation came from legal experts that Brian is still alive, that were on these 24-hour news shows that had to fill in some time. And what better way to fill in some time than make up stuff? There was speculation that there were burner phones, that we were dressing him in funny outfits and sending him across the Mexican border, sending him across certain bodies of water to other countries. All of that was just to fill in the networks that just had to fill in some time. He says he wants to laugh when he thinks about how horribly Chris and Roberta Laundrie were treated by the media. He says,
I think the media needs to check itself. I can tell you that I had several words with some producers for the media when they wanted me on their shows. They went from reporting the news to making up the news, and it was just horrible.
with respect to the public, certainly they have the right to intervene and protest, but I don't think it's acceptable in our society, our civilized society, to have people protesting outside of anyone's homes. I will say, again, a lot of netizens have mixed feelings about this, but I think the one sentiment that netizens come across is maybe if they had underage children in that home. Like, people were upset that people were protesting outside of Cassie's home. Because also it's like a degree of separation. Like, it's her brother. I don't know, right? And also, she's got 3 young kids.
Okay.
So people were upset about that. But with the Laundries, I think most netizens are on the...
Yeah,
well,
the
I'm not
Laundries-
calling the police, you know?
Everyone's thinking the parents are literally
Yes.
shielding the
Yes.
son.
Yeah.
Which they kind of are. Like,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
at the time that the protesters were there, a lot of netizens were split. Is this okay? Is this not okay to do? Right? However, in hindsight, a lot of netizens think maybe they should have had more protesters so people knew where Brian was going.
yeah.
Because Brian just left and the
Yeah.
police did nothing. But Bertolino states, I think we don't do witch hunts anymore. And that's what the mob did. The media supported it. And if you go back and you review the tape, you'll see that I'm correct. I have no warm and fuzzy feelings for the way that the press handled this particular saga. Okay, nobody has warm and fuzzy feelings for you. And just some random points of contentions that netizens have. After Brian's death, the parents spent about 3 hours hiking in the same area, which some could argue could be their way of grieving. But it just, what are they doing? Some thought it was just weird. So it seems with most netizens that have been following this case pretty closely and have been following the work that the Petito family have been doing, it's pretty clear that Brian is dead is what most netizens feel. However, the part that netizens are having a really hard time accepting is that the Laundrie parents did not know what was happening. They just can't accept it.
Because it's not...
Brian's parents must have.
I'm not accepting this shit neither. Yeah, they definitely knew. What? Like, who the fuck answers the door? Like, I'm not talking to anybody. Like, huh?
They must have.
Oh, yeah, he's here. Oh, he's here. Oh, I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not talking to nobody at all.
known what he was
Like
leaving
what?
to do. They must have known what happened, is
Yes.
what netizens feel.
Hell
Rose,
yes,
Gabby's
bro.
one of her closest friends, says his parents
fuck?
found his remains. You know, that blew my mind. I didn't even believe it. I thought it was like fake news. I was like, what do you mean? This makes no sense. I was pissed off, to be honest.
These parents are shitty. They raised a shitty man, and they're being shitty bitty for real. Like, what? Fuck these parents. Fuck Brian. Fuck everybody that failed Gabby. Like, what the hell, bro? She not deserve this shit at all.
wanted answers, and when we found his remains, those answers went out the door.
Man.
Others have also pointed out that Roberta Laundrie goes dressed in black to find her dead son's body. Nicole, Gabby's mom, says, that whole thing was mind-boggling to me. I don't even understand any of it. I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either, girl.
She states, I speak for myself when I say, Brian, I forgive you. I needed to release myself from the chains of anger and bitterness.
Understandable.
So she's saying, I forgive you, not because what he did is forgivable,
Yeah.
but she just needs to move on so she can help other people. They
Understandable.
started a Gabby Petito Foundation where they help other victims of DV. And I can imagine that must be very difficult if you're just consumed with anger all day.
Yeah.
And to see these types of cases that are so similar, I don't think that anyone could handle it if they don't release some of that or let it go a little bit.
I understand that. I understand.
And she says, I refuse to let your despicable act define the rest of my life. But as for you, Roberta, I call you out individually because you are evidently the mastermind that shattered your family and mine with your evil ways. I see no empathy in your eyes, no remorse in your heart, no willingness to take responsibility for your actions. You do not deserve forgiveness. You deserve to be forgotten.
Oh, okay.
Now-
Whoa, I ain't gonna lie. That's powerful, bro. Damn.
The Jeopardy game. You know those game shows?
Yeah.
There's a game called Jeopardy, and they asked a question during the actual show that reads, in 2021, fugitive Brian Laundrie ended his days in Florida's Mayakahatchee Creek Park, home to these long and toothy creatures.
Why is this a thing on Jeopardy? That is very obscure and very weird.
So now you're supposed to be like, the answer is alligators, or what is
Huh?
alligators? That's how they phrase
That's
it.
weird. What?
But the answer is alligators.
Okay.
Is this distasteful?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah,
but
what?
The fact that the Laundries barely ever speak out about anything, but they're so enraged by this question. This is recent, so this is after Brian is dead. They spoke out about this Jeopardy question, and that rubbed netizens the wrong way. So this Jeopardy episode releases, and
First of all, why the fuck is this on Jeopardy? Second of all, now y'all enraged? Y'all not enraged that y'all son killed this poor woman? This woman full of life? And you hiding this, bro? What? Huh? Y'all wasn't enraged that there were people outside of your house and you're trying to mow the lawn with a weed whacker around all the memorial stuff? Man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I would say like 95% of netizens are like, that is pretty distasteful.
I mean,
would think
it
most
is,
people
yeah.
are like, are we going to cancel Jeopardy? Probably not, because it's Brian Laundrie, but that is pretty gross, right?
I mean, yeah.
But then once the Laundries come out with this statement, the entire Laundrie family is appalled and concurs with all the comments on social media on how distasteful this is. I believe an apology is due.
Y'all ever like been ignored from something? I hope these people were ignored. Nigga, fuck your appalledness. I'm offended that you're offended. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Please.
For this distasteful
Even her husband just went into the other room. The acoustics were different. What? Bro, what are we talking about?
Jeopardy question to be posed only highlights
Or
the
maybe not. I don't
sensationalism that surrounded this tragedy and puts salt on the wounds of a family that has not been afforded any rights or privacy when the family themselves did nothing wrong.
What?
So now most netizens at this point start switching up. In my opinion, somewhat understandably. They start switching from feeling outraged at the distasteful question to, hold on, what did you just say? The overall sentiment turning to, have they apologized to the Petito family for
No,
withholding
for
information
real.
pertaining to their daughter's murder?
I bet they still didn't even text them back. Like, what, fool?
No? Okay then.
Yeah. Moving on.
Or,
Fuck
that
out
was
of here.
tasteless. However, the Laundries deserve nothing, so they can go cry about it. I don't care. Others felt it was more of a slap to the Petito family than anything.
What you mean?
Other netizens
Oh,
were like, forget Jeopardy.
I see,
Talk
I see.
about the dumb cops. The fact that they didn't know that Brian went missing, that even the Moab police, like, what do you mean? So with that, in 2022, the Petito family sued the Laundrie family.
Good.
And the Laundrie attorney just basically tried to argue that the Laundries are exercising their right to remain silent. And if the lawsuit were to go through, that would completely turn the fundamental constitutional rights on silence on its head.
What?
But the Laundries also countered the lawsuit. So when it's a civil lawsuit, there's like phases called discovery where just a lot of things get exposed and both
Right.
parties need to have access to specific information. You can't just be like, no, you can't look at this because this is my phone. Like you can't, there's certain things that the judge has to approve that both parties need to have access to.
Okay.
But the Laundries counter with a very long list of requests for the Petito family. The whole list is very long. They want all communications that both Gabby's parents had with state and federal agencies.
What?
They want all phone records from Gabby and her parents from July 2nd to September 30th of 2021. They want any documents and communications regarding the compensation or contracts related to publishing rights, movie rights, or
What?
television rights.
What?
That's so
What the
gross.
Yeah, you know what's even more gross is the fact that sometimes the damage is done by requesting something.
Yeah.
So the Petito family they are not thinking about movie rights or
Right,
television
like,
rights.
what?
But when the Laundrie family requests that, you will see a good group of netizens turn around and say, yeah, they're on too many TV shows right now talking about what happened. You're right. Maybe the foundation is like, they want more fame.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I really sometimes I don't care for like netizen opinions because sometimes it's just like people try to sway opinion, and the reason why they sway opinion is because they know the opinion will be swayed. So it's like honestly, take it with a grain of salt what netizen opinions think. But then again, it's also very tricky. But still, like, what? Is this like some type of distraction or something? Like, these people are bad. What?
Even asking for something that probably doesn't exist is already planting seeds in a lot of the public's mind. And I think they knew exactly what they were doing.
Understandable.
In my opinion.
What?
People commenting are saying the nerve that they have to request anything at all from Gabby's parents, though, is despicable.
What? And then they were trying to request a text back. They still probably didn't get that fucking text back.
They also argue in the motion that they should be, quote, protected from annoyance and embarrassment, and the public curiosity is not a reason to require them to discuss personal and heart-wrenching details. Another insane detail to add.
Oh my
Roberta
gosh.
drives the Mustang, the silver Mustang that Brian drove to the park to the deposition. They have other cars. Why do you have to drive that specific car? To which one netizen comments, this is a whole, my son is more important than your daughter moment. That woman is really evil. They reach an undisclosed settlement in 2024, but the Laundrie family have not had any criminal charges filed against them. And with that, the Gabby Petito family have started the Gabby Petito Foundation. Nicole says, we started the foundation. We just want to bring attention to the dangers and the signs of DV, more awareness, prevention. I mean, we would do anything to bring Gabby back, but that's obviously not possible. So we have a choice. We can do nothing, or we can use her voice, her platform, and try to change lives for others. Help people make sure that this story doesn't happen again.
No, for real.
They've been big in advocating for what is called the lethality assessment protocol. It's a series of questions that police officers are trained on to get further context on DV-related calls.
Okay.
It's not even just the way they ask the questions, it's the questions themselves, it's the way that they're told to gather these responses, because a lot of DV victims feel like they need to take the fault. Because if they let anything happen to the abuser, it's probably going to come back 5 times harder on them if they ever get out of jail, or if nothing happens. God forbid they tell the truth to the police and then they're still not taken to jail, which happens a lot. Gabby's father says, I hope when I leave this place and I get to see her again, I can ask her, did I make you proud?
Oh, fuck.
I hope she'll say yes.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
Gabby's story has clearly resonated with a lot of people. One netizen writes, Gabby saved my life 3 years ago. I didn't even know her, and I wish she was still on this earth to thank her in person. I left my abusive ex of 6 years once I followed this case, and I heard how she was taken away. I will forever be thankful for her. I will always think of her, and I love you, Gabby.
Oh, my gosh.
There has been a lot of discourse about how Gabby's story was covered and how so many other people go missing and never get coverage. Just in Wyoming, which is where Gabby went missing, 710 indigenous people, mostly girls, have gone missing in the past decade.
What?
And none of them have hit national headlines to any degree that is even comparable to Gabby Petito's story. A lot of people were upset that the minute someone goes missing that's not indigenous, that's all the entire world can talk about.
And I apologize for that, man. It's so fucked up. It's very fucked up. I'm so sorry. And it's like a not trying to make a point that overshadows a topic. It's just so fucked up. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry.
With one reporter saying, imagine the men and women and children in the community where the last 10 years, more than 700 indigenous people have gone missing and nobody has said a word. But one missing white woman turns up in their backyard and the world suddenly pays attention.
It's fucked up, man.
Joe Petito, Gabby's dad, saw the news. And he felt the initial wave of shock and anger. Like, what do you mean people only care about my daughter because she's white? I'm sure on a personal level, you feel slightly attacked.
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself on this one because that's her dad. But like, it's like, oh, what do you mean they gave a fuck about her because he's white? Like, come on, gang. Come on, gang. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like, come on, bro. But it's like you trying to save face for your daughter, bro. But now, come on, bro.
Get it back. Like, the worst thing that could have happened to Gabby happened, and people are saying, why are we only talking about Gabby? He said, when I heard that, my initial reaction wasn't a positive one, saying Gabby's color was the only reason. I was taken aback by that.
I mean, look at your privilege. What the fuck? Like, two things can be true. You know what I'm saying? Two things can be true, but like the point of focus, or this should just be a passing thought. Like, yeah, you're white, dude. Like, this is not a point to like get into that right now. I'm sorry, but it's just like, bro, check your privilege, gang. And I'm just saying this not even in a point of anger or point of like rage. It's check your privilege. Have some empathy as well as you do for your daughter, but understand though. Like, don't be mad at these people for saying this though, because think about the other families who have lost their daughters or sons or whoever, but lost their daughters. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Yeah, come on, gang. Oh my gosh.
But he said instead of anger, he took a deep breath and he said, then I started looking into it.
Thank you.
I did a deep dive.
Thank you.
I looked at popular missing persons cases. And yeah, the ones that hit the mainstream, they all look the same. And so he has spent the last 3 years advocating for missing Black, brown, and indigenous people through the foundation.
Oh, shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's some real nigga shit right there, bro. It's crazy how far empathy goes, man. It's really crazy how far that shit goes. For free. For free.
And also, we're working on a lot of lesser known cases, so keep an eye out for those coming soon. But it's just, it is interesting to see how he didn't just lash out in anger.
Yeah, that's real, man.
But a lot of people have said this case serves as a really good message on DV. I mean, everything that you expect of Gabby stating that she's the one that started the fight. She did something that warranted the abuse. She's the one that instigated it. She's taking responsibility for Brian's actions. That's typically what victims do. Additionally, the fact that Brian is taking her phone and her keys, that should have been such a red alarm for the officers. It's not your phone. It's not your keys.
Exactly.
You can't take other people's belongings. And the fact that you think that you can is crazy. Like, that's already abusive.
Yeah, like...
The Petito family filed a $50 million wrongful death suit against the Moab Police Department, to which, there was a lot of backlash when they filed this lawsuit.
Why?
With people saying, why is it that parents just love making money off their dead kids?
Bro, oh my gosh. Okay, listen, I know there's like a whole type of thing, but my question to these people, and I would like to know the people in the comments, is like, do you want them to just grieve and get no type of justice? Like, their daughter was killed and this bitch ass nigga killed himself off of some of the things that the police did some malpractice stuff on. What do y'all expect? Like, huh? Like, I know like the amount of money is not gonna like bring their daughter back, but bro, we saw the body cam footage, bro. Y'all need to pay for this shit, and y'all know how police will sweep this shit under the rug. I understand if you may feel some type of way or they're being like money hungry, but like at the end of the day, it's just like, why is our focus on people who are literally scrambling for justice? They're scrambling for justice, okay? I would say in this case in particular, They're scrambling for justice. That bitch ass bald motherfucker took himself out to not face the consequences. And he was saved by cops that didn't want to do paperwork. Imagine if it was your daughter. You would just stand tall, not trying to see how you can get any type of justice. What would you do? You just sit back and just grieve and cry for the rest of your days. Or would you take matters into your own hands? Which is honestly probably a human characteristic. So it's just like, bro, I don't have a dog in the race in this. So I'm just confused. Why are we honestly, why are we mad? Brian's family was talking about movie rights and shit before. My gosh.
Wow. Yeah, let's not even get me started on that rant.
Man.
But every single penny would have gone to the Petito Foundation.
Exactly.
So even if it didn't, it's just what are we doing right now? But they state the four of us, her four parents, don't want to be here. We would give it up in a second if that meant that she was back. Exactly. Unfortunately, this is the best way to have those changes made. It's that simple.
Yeah.
A segment of the lawsuit reads, the officers never directly questioned Brian about whether he hit Gabby or how she ended up with scratches on her face. The officers egregiously misinterpreted Gabby's extreme emotional distress, seeing it as the cause of domestic violence rather than the result. Negligence deprived Gabby of her safety and ultimately her life.
Exactly.
They brought up other things.
And the cop said this in a car.
Where Officer Pratt, the main one leading the investigation of the Moab, when they pulled the couple over.
He bald too. That's probably a conspiracy right there. Bald niggas trying to stay together. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck your bald head and your beard, bro. What the fuck? And your droopy ass shoulders.
He went on a podcast once and he said, it's just too much paperwork. There's no way I'm doing all that paperwork. People have said he loves to say stuff like that.
Somebody's life was lost and you don't want to do paperwork?
But still, there are some people who see the body cam footage and they see nothing wrong with it. They say, sorry, parents, but she admitted she was the abuser. This is always about the money. These parents are disgusting.
Go to hell. Go to hell.
To kind of fuel those netizens, even the police department, Moab, described the lawsuit as, quote, a substitute for a GoFundMe campaign. Gabby's father responded, Moab still doesn't get it. This case has never been about money. Ultimately, a judge dismissed the lawsuit against the Moab police for Gabby's death. A spokesperson for the police department states, Gabby's death was a terrible tragedy, but there was no way for the officers to predict what happened later during the couple's trip.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I ain't gonna lie, looking for a thumbnail for this video, I accidentally saw the thing that was blurred in her eye. Bro, her shit was red as fuck in the eye. What are we talking about? Huh? What?
It's clear the Moab City Police Department officers are not responsible for Gabrielle Petito's eventual murder. Our officers acted with kindness, respect, and empathy towards Ms. Petito. Clearly, netizens feel differently, with one comment reading, they had two witnesses telling them that very clearly he was hitting her.
What the
Others
fuck?
stating, what were the police supposed to do, though? They separated them and they can't help if they link back up. That's like blaming the parents for not doing more when they knew them a heck of a lot better than the police.
It's like blaming the parents for not doing more. Brian's parents raised a bitch. What? This is simple as... What the fuck? This is about as simple as the pie that Brian's mom was getting mad at. What are we talking about?
To which someone fights back. What do you mean what the police were supposed to do? Their jobs? Review the entire interaction.
They literally said it was their code to do it. They just didn't want to do paperwork. What the fuck are we talking about? What is this police apologist bullshit? Huh? The fuck out of here, bro.
It's insane.
The fuck they got going on in Utah, bro?
Arrested, maybe it would have been a red alarm for her parents to come in and say, wait, we didn't know what was happening.
Exactly. They could have arrested Gabby if she was the main aggressor. She would have been in the holding bin. Either way, she would still be alive. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Y'all just put her in a van or whatever. Like, huh? What are we talking about? The fuck out of here, bro.
Because obviously
What?
victims will try to hide it for as long as possible. Others say they're not.
But the whole kill is like, oh, okay, so y'all think she was so emotional, and the cop was over here talking about his wife to Brian, like, oh yeah, man, I understand when my wife did this, bro. If you and y'all just left her in the van, knowing damn well she's probably gonna go back. The cop said this, bro. Arrest her, put her in the bullpen. Maybe and I know it's fucked up doing that, but like I'm trying to think about like things that could save her life. You know what I'm saying? Like her parents may bail her out, but then again, Brian may bail her out. But it's just like, bruh, like what the fuck? This is malpractice. This is literally malpractice. If I'm wrong, please let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm tripping or anything. But it's like, bro, like I heard the cops debate on what they want to do. If this was Brian beating the fuck, or just like all these other cases when men beating the shit out of their girlfriends, they will put that nigga in the fucking bullpen. No questions asked. You over here talking about, she got like a ring of fire around her face. And this nigga got scratches? And they're like, oh, nah, man, no, she crazy. Do she take meds? Oh, nah, man, she crazy. Like, bro, what? Yeah, I know how it is. My wife be crazy, too. Bro, like, no. This is malpractice. What the fuck is taxpayer dollars going to police for? For them to suck these niggas' dicks and shit? This shit weird as hell. The police failed them. And guess what? The blue veil of silence wins again. Fucking hell, dude.
Directly responsible for Gabby's murder, but they definitely need training and retraining and spotting signs and tells of DV. They also need lessons on dropping the good old boy club attitude. Example, the cop that basically said, oh, Brian, I understand. Women are so emotional and crazy. What the fuck was that? One expert in DV states, the officers just greenlit the abuser.
Yes.
They just reinforced his behavior.
Yes.
And I think he felt relief. And I saw that relief in that footage. It was palpable. Now, one survey done with no relation to Gabby's case found that 1 in 4 women are scared to call the police on their abuser for that exact reason. One states, everyone believes him because he's so nice and sweet and respectful to them, but it's different. He will say it's me and the police will believe him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Another victim states, I felt the police were buddy-buddy with my partner and ignored what I had to say about the reality of the situation. I was scared and they ignored me.
Man, what
The survey
the
showed
fuck?
that 1 in 4 women reported that they had been arrested or threatened with arrest during a partner abuse incident in which they were the victim.
Wow.
One person wrote, they believed him every time because he didn't leave marks. But this
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. And I'm learning something new now from what I've learned in just like learning growing up and stuff. It's like, regardless of what happens, if the lady say you hit her, you're going to jail. This what I learned. This is new territory for me. I didn't know that this was even a thing. I thought even if she was beating on you, if she say you hit her, niggas is going to jail. Maybe that could also be because, you know, and maybe that's just what it is, but this is mind-boggling to me. Her eye had a whole ring of fire around it. Like, what?
time he did, and they accused me of hitting myself in the face.
What?
Because they would tell me that we need to separate, and since I had nowhere to go, I should sleep in my car. He had cuts on his knuckles from hitting me, and they said I should be charged with assault.
I'm sorry, I have no words. I don't have any words. Cause I never grew up with hearing shit like this before. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hearing things on the internet and seeing how like women come across things that like this. Bro, this even to this day, this is mind-boggling me. The nigga had cuts on his knuckles. Gabby had a ring of fire over her shit. This nigga had defense wounds, scratches. Like, what? Like, the cop over here talking about, oh, yeah, I know how women be. My wife be doing this. Did you arrest your wife for beating your fucking ass? It's the way that it seems. No, right? Oh, my gosh.
The Moab Police Department even questions, would Gabby be alive today if this case was handled differently? That is an impossible question to answer.
Are you high? What do you mean Oh, I need a drink. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What?
Nobody knows, and nobody will ever know how to answer that question. Gabby's entire family took a trip out to where Gabby was found. Nicole says, as soon as I landed in Wyoming, the only words coming out of my mouth were, oh my gosh, because of how beautiful it was.
Yeah.
Once we got to where Gabby was, you could just feel her presence and her spirit there. The family decided to spread Gabby's ashes at her final resting place. Some people were wondering why they would choose to do such a thing, but they said they felt her presence. It's such a beautiful place. Gabby loves Grand Teton, and she always wanted to visit.
That's real.
So that's why.
That's
and all
real.
her family members say they just felt her there. Even when they went to spread her ashes, they took this group photo, and there's this huge orb in the middle of the photo, and they say Gabby. It was Gabby with them. There was a local memorial held for Gabby where they released butterflies, and one butterfly landed on a picture of Gabby and stayed for a little while.
All right, bro.
Petito family have since crushed the van and kept the gasoline cap and a sticker. Last year, during the 3-year anniversary of Gabby's death, her dad writes online, 3 years ago, you were taken from us. We can't stop crying when we think of you. There is no waking up from this nightmare. I ask anyone who reads this to please share a missing person flyer today. They all have matching tattoos that Gabby had on her arm that says, let it be, with an ocean wave. And they say the only question that they have is, why couldn't Brian just let her be?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
As for the laundries, they have remained very private still.
Fuck them
But
niggas.
with the Netflix documentary being released, Stephen Bertolino, the family attorney, releases a statement. The documentary was what we expected. One perspective depicted as the truth as seen through their lens. Similar to Republicans and Democrats fighting it out lately.
All right, Slim. This nigga sucks. Hey, bro. Oh, this is not the time to talk about Republicans and Democrats, boy.
Each side believes their perspective is correct, hard to see through the lens of the other with all the noise and distrust. The documentary contained many inaccuracies, incorrect juxtapositions of timelines and misstatements and omissions of fact, perhaps deliberate to capture their, quote, truth, perhaps due to simple error. We all know that Brian took Gabby's life, and then Brian took his own as well. Let the parents of both Gabby and Brian mourn and remember them in peace. As for Cassie Laundrie, Brian's sister, after the Netflix documentary, she went to Instagram to tell the new wave of all the haters, if you're new here and just starting to attack me today, I've been no contact with my parents for almost 2 years, so have fun. Most netizens don't really think that she's deserving of sympathy, writing, girl, a quick glance at your account shows that you never not once advocated for Gabby. You and your folks deserve all the backlash and karma that you're getting for the complete lack of grace you showed that poor girl's family during one of the worst things a parent can go through.
You and Brian in hell. Fuck is you talking about, bro?
Another reads simply,
nigga, what?
Leave the room, shut the hell up, it's not about you.
Yeah, bro.
Even the Laundrie neighbors have spoken out, writing, when I pass their house, I get a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. I hate them. I wish they would just leave our neighborhood. Others say, just horrible people in my belief. It's unanimous. Nobody
These
wants
niggas
anything to do
suck,
with them.
bro.
Some neighbors report that people still throw dirty diapers and dog feces into their yard.
Good. Throw dog shit right into that peephole, bro. See, TP they houses in Halloween. Shit, man. Just throw like what's something that's gonna stick? A fucked up McDonald's McDouble. Just throw it, unstick the joint with the cheese and just throw it at their windshield. So the shit just stick there. Knowing damn well they don't come out the house because they scared. Let that McDouble just stick there on the window and just calcify in between the window. They just throw shit at them, bro. Throw some KFC gravy at they dumbass shit. Like, bro, what? Like, what are we doing, bro? Throw eggs at that motherfucker. Actually, no, eggs are expensive. What's something that's cheap that you can do? Shit, throw bricks at their house. Like, come on, bro. Like, what?
Which most of the neighbors seem to have an unspoken pact. You see something, do nothing.
Man, I give them switch the HOA rules and make sure everything that they do is wrong. Don't even let them in the town hall meeting. Switch the schedules of the town hall HOA meeting so they can be late and get fined on that. You know what I'm saying? Fine them for what the protesters have on their yard. Maybe that nigga will not mow the lawn around the protesting stuff. Shit. Shit. Fine them for having a car in the driveway. For making the neighborhood look bad. Make them sell the Mustang. Make them paint the Mustang black or something. Actually, not black. Fuck it. Make them paint it red so they know damn well that a red car is going to be a ticket magnet. They have them driving that Mustang. They get tickets in every time they get in that motherfucker because they think it. I'm gonna stop. Let me stop.
But there are still crazy netizens. One comment reads,
Of course.
Gabby and Brian were both crazy. He more than she, but they both deserve their outcome. Also,
What? Huh? What?
what parent let their kids go across the country in a van at 22 years old and no parties foresee a big problem? Another comment reads, this is not a 14-year-old going on a school trip. She's an adult and she's got to make her own decisions, you know?
Oh my
they
gosh.
respected her decisions.
Oh my
Her
gosh.
parents
Shut
did
the fuck
everything to
up.
prepare her, and she knew what she was doing. She played
Yeah, you don't think everybody prepared Brian to not be a bitch? Nope. Wait, they just apparently their rearing of this child just fucked up. But we're talking about Gabby. Of course.
for this trip, and if Brian was not a killer, Gabby would be alive. She would have great memories of a trip. Like, why are they trying to make it Gabby's fault, Gabby's parents' fault?
Yeah, what?
It's so strange.
It's weird.
Other netizens just support the laundries for whatever reason.
Why?
They comment, why do people do this? His parents didn't murder her. They must be in awful shock too. They lost their son and they know everybody hates him. I feel for them. Some clearly don't even know what's happening. They're just basking in the fact that they're as intellectually stimulated as a bag of carrots. They comment, the public are still harassing these innocent people. It's disgusting. A better use of time would be asking, why wasn't Gabby arrested after law enforcement determined she was the aggressor in Moab?
Oh, maybe because the law enforcement fucking failed. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
But we're not ready for that conversation.
No, we are ready for that conversation. I'm going to ask the question. Why the fuck are this police invalent as shit? Because, y'all don't want to do no paperwork. This woman is dead. Point blank, period. If you want to have some type of mental gymnastics, the cops didn't want to do the paperwork, and now she's dead. And yeah, maybe Brian is dead too, but then he killed her, okay? The fuck? The nigga killed her and then drove 2,000 miles with this shitty ass playlist and had the van that's not even his in his parents' house. This nigga had a Mustang, bro. What the fuck? What? Like, what are we? He had a white Mustang. Who the fuck gets a white Mustang?
Women can be abusers.
What?
What time
What
would
the
be
fuck
asking,
you just
why
say to
wasn't
me?
Gabby arrested after law enforcement determined she was the aggressor in Moab? But we're not ready for that conversation that women can be abusers.
Oh, yeah, women can be abusers too. Oh, so the fuck what? It's not the problem. Brian killed her. And this nigga has a white Mustang. What the fuck are we talking about? I have never seen a white Mustang in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even know that shit was possible to even have. But that's besides the point. He killed her. Why are we talking? What?
I will say most people have some neural pathways still working in action, with majority of comments reading along the lines of, there's a reason that Brian was the way he was. It's his parents. Others say, yeah, everybody, totally. You know, say, if you hate my guts, I'll get new ones. That's a normal thing to say. No, Roberta Laundrie sounds like a delusional narcissistic creep who knows that her son was a monster and she didn't care. There's no way that she didn't know that he was abusing Gabby, is what the comment rates. Others say, I hope his parents don't live a single day in peace. Other netizens are just upset at all the police. Others point out, if Brian and his family had been black, and you got a missing person, your son is the boyfriend of said missing person, and the missing person's car is at your house, the SWAT team would have raided the entire home in 10 minutes.
On everything. I still think this is wild to say in an hour and 45 of an hour and 46. But she right. She right. Niggas will be on that house. Especially if you in Florida. Talking about I ain't talking to nobody. Nigga, they will come in your shit. Man, come on now, bro. And then they told me talk about fuck out of here, bro. In this video,
Rose says, I've never felt something like that before. I think the worst thing is
about,
it's
nigga?
not even loss. It's someone being taken. Someone else decided that they had the right to take somebody
you took
you
this
love
beautiful soul,
out of your
bro.
life forever.
The fuck?
She says, right before I met Gabby, I was in an abusive relationship. Gabby was the one that convinced me that I deserve more. I'm choosing to live my life because it's what Gabby would want me to do. She says, I think I'm doing good. I think she'd be proud. I always described her as a light. She'll do everything to bring the light out in you. And if she can't, she will give you some of hers. And that is the case of Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie.
What the fuck?
What are your thoughts on this case? Make sure to check out the Gabby Petito Foundation. And please stay safe. I will see you in the next one.
Bro, this second part just fucked me up. Like, why are people even... I have never in my life have heard anybody trying to say, oh, we need to look at both sides of it. Women can be abusers too. I've never heard people say that before. So why in this specific case, when this fuck-ass, incel-ass, bald-ass, nasty, fake poetic William Shakespeare, dumb dick-ass nigga gonna do some shit like this? This nigga was mad that she was working at Taco Bell. Huh? And she found a female friend, a woman friend, that she finally had some happiness with while this nigga crying in the bathtub, probably with his feet out unwashed, in the tub. How the fuck are your feet not washed in the tub? You crying with your tears. Wash your feet with your tears. Nigga, fuck this nigga Brian, bro. Like, what are we talking about? And the parents just let this shit happen. Fuck, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, oh my gosh. Rest in peace to Gabby. And what do you guys think? Like, rest in peace to Gabby Petito. You did not deserve that. This was a beautiful soul taken away by a bitch ass nigga. And this happens too many times on this planet. And this is one of the times where his ass got away and his bitch ass still offed himself because why? He wanted to have some Romeo and Juliet type of shit? Man, come on now. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck that nigga and his parents. How about that? How about that? Shit, stressing me out. My earring falling out of my ear. Man, rest in peace to Gabby. You did not deserve that. At the end of the day, I'm not even asking y'all if y'all enjoyed this video. What do you guys think about this? If y'all still here, thank you so much for watching this with me. I did not know about this case until I tapped into it, and this just made me angry. This bitch ass nigga took the easy way out, and now and it's just a bunch of fodder going on. Man, the fuck? I can't, bro. I can't. I hate bitch ass niggas, bro. I really hate bitch ass niggas that do shit like that, bro. I hate that shit with the life of me.